right? And so
Oh, wow.
I'm stuck covering for him because we're so short-staffed. I'm so sorry. Well, then tell them to do their fucking job. Like, then don't be sorry. Do your job. You're the manager. Say no. This bitch doesn't need to go to a concert every fucking week on days that aren't off for her. If she didn't like that, then she shouldn't
Yeah,
have
what the
fucking
fuck?
taken the job. Like, that's just that simple. But
Yeah, that's fucking obnoxious.
right? Every single fucking time I have days off, it's like, oh, which ones do you want to work for her? So I think I'm just gonna start saying no after this. Like I worked the Thursday, and I think after this I'm just fucking done. I'm so fucking
Yeah, you
finished
at least
because
get
it's like,
do you at least get overtime and
uh,
all that?
well, I try to, but then they like do things like, oh well, we'll just take one of your days off from next week away because you worked it, and then like it just gets so weird. It's like, or we'll she gets to switch days or something. Like she doesn't have to give me she has to work one of my days off instead, or one of my work days, and it's like, I'm
Oh
not really
wow.
interested in that. Like if I'm gonna work
Yeah,
an extra
yeah, like
day
maybe
and
once
cover
in a great
somebody's day off,
while.
I'd rather just get the 8 hours and get the money.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, on occasion it's fine, but yeah, if it's coming like every
Oh
fucking
yeah,
week or every
if it
few
was
weeks,
like a thing where every other
said
month
on occasion
or
it's fine, but yeah, if it's
yeah.
coming like every
Oh
fucking
yeah,
week or every
if it
few
was
weeks,
like a thing
yeah, no,
where
I get you.
every other
So,
month.
yeah, if it's happening almost weekly and
Oh no, it's not
bi-weekly,
almost weekly.
or
It's
even
every single week.
yeah, that's obnoxious, dude.
It's ridiculous. So that's why I'm like, just start
Dude, I
saying
got a
no
fucking life
because it's
outside of
like
this place.
this is every week. I like the schedule I picked. That's why I picked it. Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Just a sec. I got somebody at the
and
door.
fucking work around. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You think my door open?
All right.
Oh, okay. That's why I was curious. My my door was still open.
Yeah. Oh shit, are we live already?
Yep.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
Sorry, my mom came in and had to get some ramen, and it took forever
No
because
worries.
first, well, no, it was just funny because it's like first she had to grab it and walk out with it and open it in the kitchen, leaving my door open, and then come back in and try to put it back, but then it fell down. And it was like, like Keystone Cops moments where you're like, this is just not going well for you, is it? Like, you planned on getting ramen, but it's just gone
Yeah. Give
wrong.
me a few hours. Yeah. Yeah, I'll help you out with this after the show. See if we can figure. Ah, yeah. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we should talk about this Keppel's thing since nobody's really talking about it.
Oh yeah, that Keffels thing is nuts. That is.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. There's no like criminal charges of some kind being like pressed because like here's the thing the Keffels is like all that fraud in everything they kept uh, uh, uh like she just spent her money on all sorts of like travel and all and like video equipment and clothing. I think
Yeah. No, it was for much like the South Park making fun of Harry and Meghan. Yeah, she
yeah
went on a worldwide privacy tour.
that she told everybody about and constantly was announcing that
Yeah.
she was going to be. Yeah, I thought that was the weirdest part. Was like, what do you mean for your safety you have to go to Ireland? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like if you're being harassed via the internet, it doesn't matter where
Yeah.
you go. If you're using the internet and announcing where
Yeah.
you're at, like it doesn't make you safer.
Yeah, that's what was really fucking disingenuous about it. Because at one point she's like, "Oh well, I know we found out later that doesn't really work." I'm like, "Bitch, you knew it didn't fucking work." So yeah, she ended up coming up with
Oh
another story
yeah.
about how she was fleeing her. She was actually fleeing her ex or something.
Well, I was
Like her
fleeing
ex was
from an
harassing
abusive
her and
ex,
had
so it's
raped her.
totally reasonable for me to defraud an entire group of thousands upon thousands of people.
Yeah. Because yeah, if you're familiar with the how that whole GoFundMe situation worked, I believe the original goal was set at like 20,000, and then when she got close to 20,000, she raised it to like 30, and then up to 50, and then all the way up to like 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time I get close to the goal, she'd fucking up the goal, right? Um, and but yeah, it's fucking because yeah, at a certain point she's like, okay, yeah, no, that's for me being able to escape, but everything from now on, I'm going to put towards a legal fund because
Yeah.
apparently she claimed that the police there in Canada, I think, or maybe it was Britain, no, I think it was Canada, like fucking abused her somehow, like somebody swatted her or whatever, and she's told like three different stories about that. Like initially, she's like, "Yeah, I woke up to a fucking to an AR-15 pointed in my face," and then I got like, "Oh yeah, no, it's once I was in custody." I was like, "Oh no, I saw a guy with an AR-15 after I was outside of the apartment in custody
Didn't it turn
already."
out that every single one of the stories was a complete lie and that they just kind of knocked on her
Oh
door and
yeah,
were like, hey,
uh,
so we're aware of what
yeah,
swatting is and
oh
it
yeah,
seems that somebody swatted you? Like, turns what's the real story?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, dude. And then yeah, even the claim like they dead named me, and for what she was calling dead naming, it wasn't
I mean,
even
they
using
used her
her
legal name?
male. No, 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 no. They used just her last name from when she was married. They still referred to her as Clara or whatever. Like they didn't use. I don't know what her given male name was, but they had it as Clara or whatever her first name is. They just still had it under the different last name from like a previous case or something. So it wasn't even like they were
Wow.
actually misgendering her, or dead naming her. They literally had her listed as a woman with the previous last name, and she counts that as dead naming.
Wow, that
Yeah, no,
is.
she's again, yeah, she is fundamentally dishonest, dude. She's fucking horrible. Yeah, she, like I said, told three different stories about the how the swatting went down. Yeah, so I think I put on a comment somewhere. I'm like, well, guys, I think it's pretty obvious what's going on here. She experienced a dragon break, so all three versions happened, and then the timeline converged back into one.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with. I don't know if you're familiar with that from the Elder Scrolls, but that's how they explain, different choices from previous games or whatever.
Mm.
They're like, no, it's a dragon break. All three things happened, but now we're all back to one. Which is
Yeah,
pretty
that's
clever. I like
totally
that for the fucking
reasonable.
storyline. That's really good, for a fictional game universe. As for reality, not so much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nonsense.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah. It's fascinating how much she got to get away with just by being able to say to anyone who had valid criticism of her, "You're just transphobic. You're
Mm.
transphobic." Yeah, and again, her being trans had absolutely nothing to do with any of it.
Yeah,
But
no, nobody's criticizing her for being trans.
again,
Like,
it
nobody
worked for her
cares.
for fucking years.
But that's the
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
that's the
exactly.
standard thing. Any criticism of somebody who fits under that sort of rainbow clause is just automatically like, oh no, they're doing it because of
They're
this, and it's
perfect
like, no, we're doing it because you're
in
a
every
terrible
way.
fucking human being who lies to people and steals money from them.
Yeah,
Like, I could care less
yeah,
about anything else because
yeah. It
nothing
was
else
such
really
fucking bullshit.
matters. Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. There's so much bullshit, dude. It's fucking amazing.
The thing that got me
It's
was
really
there's been no
hard, and the
consequences,
whole
even
thing is,
though she got Destiny like banned from
she
Twitch.
went after, Yeah, yeah.
Because like,
Although I do
I
think it's
hate
funny that
Destiny.
she
Don't
got
get me
banned
wrong.
herself because she had.
Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, same
yeah,
here, same
yeah.
here.
He's a terrible person, but at the same time, it's like,
But
you
yeah,
know, that was one of his ways of making money to like support
yeah, he
himself
doesn't
and his
deserve to
family.
be
Like that's
fucking.
not really, and there's been no consequences
Yeah,
for
it's
that. Like
fucking
she's
horrible
not
to get
banned off
him.
of Twitch. She still gets to use it. He's not back on Twitch, even though everything she said has been proven false, like time and
Well, no,
time
I think
again.
she's. I I think she actually did get banned off of Twitch for having a fun. Dude, if this is true, I haven't 100% verified this, but apparently she got banned just for having like a thumbnail or picture of Destiny on her stream, like right after she got him banned.
That's
And if that's true, that's
hilarious.
fucking amazing. I really hope it's true. I think it is. Not 100%, but yeah,
You know
or
what's
at least a
interesting is
temporary ban or
all these
something.
people are such
But dude, that's
pussies.
so fucking funny.
Like all these people, like and
Yeah.
Destiny included, like they're all just such pussies.
Yeah.
Because I gotta say, man, I'd go hard after somebody if they fucking destroyed my livelihood.
Yeah.
I'd find their house and I'd fucking put them in the ground. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah.
announce it, I wouldn't talk about it, but they'd disappear one day.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, you're gonna take the bread out of my fucking
Yeah.
family's
Yeah.
mouth.
You
You're
got to
gonna
wait a
fucking take
little.
my job away from me for bullshit, making this up just to
Yeah.
make yourself more popular. Well, you're never gonna spend a fucking penny of that money. You ain't never gonna spend a dime, bitch, because you ain't never gonna
Yeah.
see you again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you always want to give it a little bit, not a month or two, maybe to, so you'd
Oh
be like,
yeah.
what? I'm over that. I wouldn't do anything now. And then you do it.
Oh no. See, here's
Yeah.
the thing. Like I'm
You're
talking to
not
you
as
right
much of
now,
a
but like the
suspect.
reality is, like I would
But yeah.
literally never say anything about it. I would just be like, well, that's unfortunately, I got to move on and
Yeah.
find another way to support my family. Blah blah blah. And this time would pass, of course. But then yeah, like that person would just fucking vanish
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah. It's like, here's my cell phone. Use it a bunch and pretend it's me.
No, I wouldn't even do that. Just
I'm
nobody
going to be
nobody
back
have
in
any
like
idea
2 or
what's
3
going
days.
on. Yeah, no, you don't get
Yeah,
you
that's
don't ever
true.
get anybody involved. You literally say nothing to anybody. Nobody else
Yeah,
is
that's
ever
not
involved.
having. Yeah, that's usually the best. Any secret involving more than one person
Exactly,
is
exactly.
almost impossible to keep.
See, luckily, I don't have anything to worry about. Like nobody's gonna try to
Yeah.
fucking
But yeah,
cancel me. And if they cancel my YouTube channel, I'll just make another one. I don't care. I'm not making any money off of this shit.
yeah,
So it doesn't fucking matter to me.
yeah, it's pretty nuts. Oh, dude. All right. So, are you familiar with her and the Kiwi Farm shit? Like how I heard she was trying to get Kiwi
I watched.
Farms like
I'm as
disconnected from
familiar
their
as it.
internet
If you've
provider or
watched the
whatever.
video
What do they
you
call
put in
that?
there,
Like the
you know what I'm talking about, like
yeah.
the
Okay.
video
So
from
I don't know if Mudahar actually touched on
Mudahar or
Kiwi.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
covered it. Yeah,
yeah.
so
Muda. Yeah, yeah.
I watched that whole
Okay.
video. Yeah,
I can't remember if he actually went into.
he covered that
Okay,
she
so
tried to get Kiwi
I
Farms
believe she
shut down, and
claimed,
she got it kicked out of Flare or whatever for like a day or something.
yeah, it was very, very temporary. And here's the thing: like she claimed it was for them doxing and harassing her or whatever,
Which
right?
is Kiwi Farms is just a
And
host. They don't actually do any of that themselves. Like that's so ridiculous.
yeah, no, it's going after Cloudflare and kind of
Also,
forcing them to cancel
doxing
them
not
temporarily
illegal.
was fucking retarded.
It may be
Yeah,
immoral,
it's
but it's
fucked up.
certainly
But
not
yeah, it is
illegal.
illegal. It's not illegal. Yeah, yeah. All right. So, anyways, the great thing is, I don't think anybody on Kiwi Farms actually doxed her or was really particularly harassing her. At least not IRL. It's the other site. I don't know if you've heard them refer to website Zero. Like nobody wants to name the fucking site for some fucking reason. They're terrified of naming it. And I hadn't heard of it. I assumed they were talking about 4chan.
Website
The whole time
Zero?
I thought they were talking about 4chan. Yeah, you haven't heard that? They do not want to name it. They're like website X or website Zero.
Mudahar referenced it, but I don't know anything about
Yeah.
website Zero. I've never really heard of it other than that
Okay.
video. So
Okay, so
I
the
didn't know they were
website's
afraid to
called
name it.
Doxbin.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Like they're gonna know you're talking about them, right? Like, yeah. So I always assumed it was 4chan, and it's not. It's a website called Doxbin, so DOXBIN. You know, like a bin you put things in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That, that's basically just for doxing, essentially, I guess.
Yeah,
But
right on.
anyways, um, and I think it's Nick Diorio. I don't know if you're familiar with Nick Diorio, but anyways, I've always liked him because he fucked with Geek Thulu back in the day and got inside his head. It was fucking funny, but I kind of
Oh,
forgot about him in the meantime. But anyways, yeah, he was like, yeah, that's not the reason she wanted, because she was like, why aren't you going after the actual website that's doxing you? Why are you fucking with Kiwi Farms? She's like, oh, I didn't think the momentum was there to take them down. And I'm like, okay, whatever. This is what is almost certainly the truth. From everything I've gathered, the reason that she wanted Kiwi Farms taken down is because it's the last site that was allowing pretty much anything to be posted about anybody, and the things that, especially in her past, that she doesn't want to still be known or whatever about the porn shit she used to do, like I guess fart porn and weird shit like that. And the
or the
main one,
Discord where she used to fuck around with little
yeah,
kids because she's just fucking
yes,
pedo.
yes, that's the main one. I think the porn's part of it, but the main one is that Catboy Ranch
It's
Discord
actively
where
committing
they're teaching
pedophilic
kids.
acts and illegal ones at that. Like, that
Yeah,
should have put her in fucking prison.
yeah, yeah. So, again, she wasn't actually running it, but she was the main fucking benefactor of it. You know what I mean? Like, she was the main one fucking bankrolling it or whatever. So yeah, they're basically, yeah, here kids, this is how you get, you get some adult sucker to get your Bitcoin, and then you can buy this with the Bitcoin, and we'll send you these fucking homemade fucking estrogen hormone shit. Again, they say bathtub. I assume wasn't actually made in a bathtub, but who knows? But
Oh
yeah,
well,
the
okay.
bathtub
So
estrogen.
you don't
Whatever.
know the reference.
Oh,
You don't know what that reference is. The bathtub
uh,
hormones.
not exactly.
You
I mean, I know
remember
drugs and
that
shit are
whole
mixed up like that.
thing where they made alcohol illegal in the U.S. right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
People used to
okay.
make gin in
Yeah,
their
yeah. The
bathtub. It was called
bootlegging shit.
bathtub gin, and so I'm assuming that
Okay.
that is basically a reference to bathtub gin, but with hormones. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's my
Yeah, that makes
assumption.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's most likely. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, she didn't let
It's
him
the
build up
only
that shit.
clever
Oh
thing
yeah.
about that is the reference.
Hey, yeah, dude. So, anyways, yeah, and apparently on the packaging, first of all, it said "keep out of reach of parents," which is pretty bad. But then apparently it also had some lolly fucking artwork
Oh,
on the
that's fucking
packaging.
gross, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
Cause so there's various different ways lollies can be used in Japanese like anime and stuff. Some of them are grossly inappropriate and people would be horribly offended by. And some of them are just like kind of funny, adorable, kind of like cute characters. You know what I mean? Like, so it like kind of runs the gamut.
right,
But
right.
in the reference to that
Yeah, yeah.
especially when you consider like the Discord that it was coming from, that's really fucking sus. That's like,
Yeah,
you're fucking around with
yeah,
stuff that maybe
yeah.
we
Like
should be
apparently
checking
it
your
was
fucking
no
hard
doubt
drive, see
fucked
what's
up
on
shit that
there.
they were talking about.
Yeah, like maybe we need to see
Yeah.
what's on your hard drive, ma'am.
Mm.
Like, we're gonna have to take a look there because you're producing these hormones
But
with
yeah,
this fucking
yeah. I
pedophile
don't
shit
know.
on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Keep out of reach of parents written all over it. That's
Yeah, that's not
fucking no,
fucking
nothing
weird and
sus about
gross.
that. Nothing suspicious at all. Yeah, it's fucking pretty disgusting,
Here's the
dude.
thing.
Oh,
I
did
think
you
they need.
see? I don't know if you
I'm
heard.
amazed they're not putting people in jail for that. Like that
Yeah,
should be a prison sentence right there. You're
yeah. Well,
selling
yeah,
things to minors that they
and
should not
I
have
think,
access to, that are incredibly dangerous if used
yeah,
incorrectly.
yeah. Well, now
I mean,
Kaplan is
steroids are
Canadian,
illegal. You can't just go buy
so
anabolic steroids and
I
fucking
don't think
shoot them up.
Canadians seem to do anything about any of that shit.
You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah,
can't go buy steroids. Why should you be able to buy, like, whatever kind of hormones via the
yeah,
internet for
yeah.
Bitcoin
The
and
whole
not have
thing's
that
fucked
be a
up,
fucking
man.
problem, you know? Like, that's something they need to be going after by the
Yeah,
fucking
no, I think
ears.
it's the
Jesus,
whole.
because
Yeah, yeah,
similarly to steroids, or
dude.
similarly to, like, anabolic steroids
It's
that people,
so
like,
bizarre.
weightlifters use, it can give you, like, cancer. It can fuck your endocrine system up. It could even lead to death if
Yeah,
you're doing it wrong. Like, it's pretty fucking major
yeah, yeah.
medical
Any
stuff.
fucking Yeah, any fucking hormones you're gonna take like that are gonna intend to have some side effects of some kind, dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, I really think it's because of what happened and how badly she publicized everything when they did the swatting thing.
Oh yeah.
I think the Canadian authorities are terrified of fucking going against her, going after her. I think that's the fucking reason. Because again,
They need to
she got spun
fucking.
so badly against.
They need to fucking man up. Like those fucking. They need to fucking
Yeah, oh
man up
yeah,
and start doing with their jobs. You know, like.
yeah, yeah.
This like bad
It's a
press
bullshit
bullshit.
excuse,
Who
dude.
cares? So a bunch of people don't like you
Yeah,
for a couple of like days, and then they'll forget about it. You know, like
yeah.
fucking man up and put these people in jail where they belong. Like they're fucking around with little kids. You know.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. Yeah, did you see? I don't know if Mudar played any of the shit from when she went on the H3 podcast.
There were like a
But
couple of
basically,
clips.
yeah, like when Ethan was asking her about it, she was like, "Oh yeah, no, it's ridiculous." Yeah, and he's like, "So you're not doing anything or whatever?" And he's like, "Where's this happening at?" And she's like, "Oh, it's on a Twitch stream." Yeah, this we help him out on the Twitch stream, and he's like, "Oh, so it's like public, okay? So it's not like any kind of secret server or anything." So she's like, "Yeah, I know it's crazy that they say that shit," and you're like, "Dude, it totally was exactly that. It was completely a fucking secret server for all this shit." Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Oh
just
yeah.
again fundamentally
Well, a secret
dishonest
server
person,
where
dude.
not only
Fucking
were there
insane.
hormones and stuff going on, but Mudahar made a very strong case for the fact that there were minors being sexually
Oh yeah,
groomed by
yeah,
adults. Like that was part of the purpose of
yeah,
the server. It wasn't like
absolutely, dude.
it was not just for hormones. They literally were grooming children intentionally as adults, and she was one of the people doing
Yeah, it
it.
was.
She was
Yeah, it
sending
was funny because there was that
fucking
one.
callers to little
Somebody
fucking
was.
kids. Like that's not okay. Like
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think I would have talked about it. Somebody had
yeah.
after the fact, after that Catboy Ranch Discord had been outed as for all that shit. Somebody had tweeted at her like, "Oh wow, so are you gonna leave the Discord server there?" And she's like, "I already did." And he's like, "I was kidding. You were actually part of that? What the fuck?" Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? She basically snitched herself off. I was like, "Dude, that's pretty fucking funny." He's like, "I wasn't even
She's
trying to fucking trick you. I thought I was joking."
oh my god. Yeah, at any point if you find yourself sending clothing items to children you're not related to secretly from their parents, there's a fucking problem. Like we can all agree
Yeah,
on that one.
yeah.
I think 99.99% of people would agree that are not pedophiles. That's a fucking
Yeah,
weird one.
yeah,
Can you fucking imagine?
yeah. It's very odd, dude.
That's one of
Yeah,
the
it's
things that they
insane,
do
dude.
in the with the cosplays that drives me nuts. Is
Yeah, yeah.
grown ass adults will be
Mm-hmm.
sending them fucking costumes.
Yeah, it's fucking gross, dude.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The fact that it
Yeah,
was
no, but
collars
yeah,
though in that one that was real fucking weird.
yeah. The whole Catboy thing or whatever.
Well, she
I
was
guess I'm
sending
assuming.
like minors. She was sending like fucking like cat collars or dog collars or whatever to minors. Like that was
Yeah, yeah. I
really
assume it was
fucking
Catboy,
gross.
cat collars or something. Yeah, no, the whole thing was fucking disgusting. And again, just because I'm trans, and if you say anything, you're transphobic. Yeah, it seems that that was a pretty fucking impenetrable shield for quite a while. This shit happened like over a year ago at this point. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
That's one of
so
those
much
things where
insanity.
like there's enough evidence left over that there should be people doing prison time for that. Like in my opinion,
Hmm.
like
Yeah,
there were
yeah,
people that were
but no, they're
actively
trans.
helping people get a hold of illegal substances that are only supposed to be given by doctors. You
Yeah,
don't just look
yeah. I
past that.
couldn't
You
believe.
put those people in jail. Like that's
Yeah,
the
I
problem I
couldn't
think we're
believe
running
people were
into
still
with a
like,
lot of
"Oh
this stuff.
well."
Is like as gross as all of these things are, it's made infinitely more offensive by the fact that none of these people are punished by going to prison for the crimes that they're committing. Because like,
Yeah, no, the
she
whole
used
idea of
fraudulent. She fraudulently gathered a group of people together for the express purposes of taking away Destiny's ability to make money on a platform. Like that's a crime. You can't. That's
yeah,
fraud. Like defrauding, and like he should be suing her. Although I don't know that she has enough money to make it worth his time. I'm sure he's making more money other
yeah,
places.
Destiny's still, yeah.
Like
I
I'm
was
sure
gonna
he's
say
doing all
Destiny's
right.
doing
Like I'm
fine.
sure he's not like fucking suffering for money or anything like that. But like there needs to
Yeah,
be
he's
some
doing good.
consequences for these behaviors, and I wish
Okay.
people would do something about it
Okay.
because like even if you lose that lawsuit and it costs you a bunch of money, you could probably get that crowdfunded because everybody seems to want to pay for other people's lawsuits these days. I don't know why, but take advantage of it as you can.
Yeah.
You know. But since people want to pay for that, it's like that would be such a huge because obviously the police are going to do nothing about this stuff, even though they should be doing stuff about it. But
Yeah.
losing all the money in defending the suit and losing all the money from losing the suit potentially, like that would be a huge deterrent from a lot of these people harassing and trying to get other people shut down. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
it should be
Yeah,
illegal
it's gotta
to
make
organize
sense.
a group of that. Here's one that I'd love to see a law about. There's no law about it now, but there needs to be some sort of law regarding things like GoFundMe's, where there needs to be evidence to show that they've used it for what they claimed they were going to use it for. And if there's no evidence, then they have to pay it back. Like literally, like that needs to be. Like that can't keep going the way it is. You can't just have people be like, "Oh no, just give me money," and have no regulation on that. As much as I hate government regulation, that's one of those things where it's like this is just laws haven't caught up with like new tech stuff yet, and I don't think anybody's considering it. But I'd really like to see that being put into place.
Yeah, it's very slow moving as far as getting anything kind of internet related into law or whatever.
Yeah. But I like Keffels is one of those things that like when you look at what she's done, it becomes very easy to see why that's such a necessity.
Yeah, because people are obviously taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, she bought $100,000 worth of like travel, photo or video equipment, clothing, and outfits.
Yeah,
she sent and gave money to friends for just random bullshit. You know, like she bought dog collars for minors. Like, there's just so many things going on there that are like, that was a legal fund, and you never did anything with it that was even remotely close to its initial intention. So all of these people gave you $100,000 to sue this one group, and or this one police, because wasn't it like to sue the British police or something like that? Initially, that was the goal was to sue the UK police officers that had dead named her and all this other shit she made up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the Canadian ones.
Oh, Canadian ones, whichever. But it was for suing a group of people, and it never got.
Yeah, it says London, but I think it's. I think they live in like London County or Canada. Because you hear London talked about. Yeah, I think I'm not 100%, but I think they're talking about the Canadian ones. Oh God.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like they blew all this fucking money on all random shit, and it never went to any of the things they said it would. And I feel like if you're doing a thing where people are donating
don't forget
money,
about
it's fraud to say, "Oh, we're going to have a legal thing," and then not do anything with the legal thing. Like that should be dealt with in some criminal fashion because it should be considered. It is a criminal act. I mean.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Later on, she's like, "No, very careful with my language. I never said I was going to sue the police. I just said the legal fund."
Well, it doesn't matter.
So you're existing. You deliberately misled people.
Heavily implied she was going to sue the police.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't matter if she said legal fund because she didn't use it for any legal things. She used it for clothing and travel and gave it away to friends. Like that's not, you know.
No, it's total bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely ridiculous. Don't forget the coke, laced with meth that she allegedly did. She's like, I did it for like 8 days straight, and then I went to rehab or whatever. I'm like, okay. I'm guessing at best it was meth laced with like cut with coke, and not coke secretly laced with meth. Call me crazy.
Oh yeah,
Call me a crazy conspiracy guy. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know if you caught that part of it, but yeah, she wants you to feel sorry for her.
because she went
Yeah,
and
it's
partied
fucking
real
dude. The whole
hard.
thing
Yeah.
is so fucking
Oh, that's
ridiculous.
so hard. What a terrible life you
Yeah,
lead. You partied really hard
yeah,
and had to go
yeah.
and get
Again,
like
she's
probably had to go
allegedly
to a fucking
fleeing the
medical
internet.
place to get fucking like
Yeah,
rehydrated and all fucking
mm,
cleaned up and shit. Like get her health back into a healthy place where she's not gonna fucking have a heart attack or
yeah,
something from doing too much fucking stimulants.
yeah. Yeah, and I love how when people are like, "Why are you telling people where you're at? Why are you telling people you're in Ireland?" And she's like, "Oh, it's a dense country. They'll never find me here." And it turned out where she was staying was like a friend of theirs, another online friend who had already been doxxed, so it was easy to figure out where she was. One of the other ones, like whatever she was shooting, because again, you know how autistic the collective power of the internet is. They
Yeah.
basically went off the bed sheet and like doorknobs and figured out what
Well,
hotel she
but the
was
other
at.
thing is she wasn't
Off
concerned
like the
about them
bed
finding
sheets
her
or
because
door
she'd
knob.
already been doxxed before and she knew
Yeah,
that it
she
was
didn't care.
essentially nothing to
Yeah,
be worried about. The
yeah.
only
That,
thing
that
that
was another one
doxing
of
can
those
really
things that
do
Nick.
is if you're not already like making money on the internet. If you get doxxed, you can like fuck with your personal life and your professional life in negative ways. Other than
Yeah,
that, like like doxing random fucking losers on the internet who say like one or two mean things, like they can lose their job and stuff.
yeah,
That's about as far as that goes. Like, but they'll go get another job, and then eventually people will just
yeah,
forget about them like in a couple of days, and no one will give a shit anymore.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's fucking crazy. Oh yeah, and then like Nick Diorio brought up at one point. This was like almost a year ago that they had been called on it. It's weird that it's just coming out like in mass now. Because all this
Mm,
shit, was already kind of pointed out a long time ago. But anyways, Diorio was like, okay, so while you were there, you fucking advertised the fact that you were going to this food truck. She's like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna go to the truck." Like she said it all weird. You could tell she was stalling because she was already trying to think of what her response was gonna be. Yeah, I went to the truck, and he's like, "If you're hiding out from the internet or whatever, why are you telling anyone where you're going? And why are you fucking live streaming it?" And she's like,
oh, I forgot that she actually did live
like
streaming during the
eventually she
whole
came up
thing.
like, "Do you think I'm a yeah?" Dude. Yeah, and then she's like, "You think I'm a robot? Then I'm gonna do everything right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you can make some mistakes. That's fine, but the one main thing you're claiming is a problem, that's something you can do. And oops, I didn't think of that. Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
think about the possible notification when I was telling them exactly where I was going. You know
yeah,
what I
that
mean? Like,
was
it's such a
that.
bullshit
Well,
fucking.
everything
She's infuriating with her fucking bullshit, dude.
everything Keffel says is a lie,
Um,
so
but
it's
yeah,
not surprising that they would lie about that as well.
yeah. Yeah, it really. Yeah, she really does strike me as that type of person that will lie even when the truth benefits them more. Like that type of dishonesty.
Oh yeah, it's compulsive for sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're good. In this case, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they cannot be honest. Even if the truth's better for them, they would still fucking lie somehow.
There's a lot of people like
But
that
yeah,
out
it's
there right
fucking
now.
fascinating. And then yeah, yeah, Brianna Wu had to fucking weigh in on it, which was fantastic. She was on a stream. She was kind of getting dogpiled, but I mean, it was fairly, as far as dogpiles go, it was a little more respectable than usual. But yeah, she's obviously full of shit. Because dude, she's so in fucking politician mode. It's an odd dude. I find, dude, Brianna Wu's a fucking horrible person, right?
Didn't Brianna Wu lose her election though? Like,
But I find her fucking. Oh yeah, oh yeah, but she's still in politician. She
oh
still
yeah.
fucking talks like that. That the combination of political doublespeak combined with somebody who's fucking insane
Yeah.
is endlessly entertaining to me. Right? She's again a horrible person, completely full of shit, but I actually fucking find it really entertaining. Somebody so calmly and political speaky, who's fucking crazy, dude. It's a wonderful, it's a wonderfully fucking entertaining thing to fucking watch.
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah, like Kef was kind of boring. I mean, like Kefla's insanity is pretty interesting too, I suppose. But yeah, Brianna Wu can seem normal. Like Keffels can't go all that long before you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this person? Why are they literally talking like a fucking robot? Or whatever. She's gonna do some
You
crazy
know,
shit.
the thing that's
Brianna
really
Wu is
sad
capable of
is
seeming not crazy.
these people are absolutely crazy, and what should be happening is people should just ignore them. But for some reason, they're getting all this support from
Yeah,
all these people, and it's like
yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. It's like they're clearly out of their goddamn minds. Like there's nothing useful that they're contributing to society in any way. Like they're clearly making shit
yeah,
up and lying
yeah,
constantly. There's so much going on that's so wrong with them. And for some reason, this garners an audience of people who are like, "Their God must do what they think," and that's why I think
yeah,
90% of the audience for
yeah.
these people has got to be like Chinese bots. Like there are some genuine
It could
people in
be.
that mix. But I think
Yeah,
the
good
majority
chunk.
of a lot
Yeah.
of these audiences are fake. I don't think they have the push they do. I think that if you were to if you had the know how to figure it out, that the vast majority of the people that are doing what they ask and following them and acting like they're super good and like defending them on every form are like Chinese bots and spies. Like it's not real American citizens for the most
Yeah, it
part.
wouldn't be surprising at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would assume, yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure
Well, because
Keffels
you
has some
remember
fucking sock accounts that she's fucking,
when, yeah, what was it when Elon Musk took
sending to.
over Twitter, right? And they found out that like most of these people
Oh,
had
yeah.
almost no actual followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like they almost all had zero.
Yeah,
It was
vast
like
majority of it was just
crazy.
bots.
Yeah, and it was just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, why would that not also be on Twitch and on and YouTube and all these other platforms that they're on? Like it makes a lot of sense that they would have absolutely
Mhm.
no real followers.
Yeah, it wasn't just Jack Dorsey that figured that out.
Well, in China, it just
That you
prints
can
money, so
pretend
it's not
people
like
are
they don't
fucking
have the
her.
money to like
Your
throw
whole
at people.
platform is way more popular.
Yeah, and they just print money, so it's not like
Yeah.
their money's totally worthless. But for some reason, America will take it. So it's it's not like they can't just print more money to bribe more of these people and give them the false concept belief that there's an actual following there. And because it's like if you go on
Yeah.
the internet, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that hate Trump. If you go out in real life, most people just don't give a shit. Like most people just want to go do their fucking
Yeah, they're
job, watch
indifferent
some
at
fucking
best.
dumb shit on TV when they get home. Have a nice dinner. Maybe a couple of beers or a couple of glasses of wine, or if they don't drink, just some water or whatever. A cup of tea, and then go to sleep and do the whole thing on the next day. Like they don't want to be involved in any of this. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's all fucking dumb. They don't want it.
Yeah, people again. Yeah, a vast majority of people are mostly different to Trump's existence. Yeah.
Huh. Even the people that are like, no, I'd never
Yeah.
vote for Trump,
Yeah.
just like they don't like actually hate. They're just like, no, I'm not interested. Like, no, I don't agree with that. You do get like the people like
Yeah, it's
my
just more,
mom
but
and
he's
stuff
on the
who are
other
like,
side.
he's the devil. They've never heard him actually speak, but they just know he's evil and he said all this racist stuff, but they have no idea, like, because they've never actually listened to him talk for any length of
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
It's like egotistical fucking,
Oh shit,
yeah.
dude, that reminds me of
Racist, not so much.
the funny thing.
Wait, what? Sorry, you kind of broke up a little there.
Apollo? No, I was just saying, yeah, what? A politician that's
Oh, yeah.
egotistic? No. When has that ever
No,
happened?
no. Not once. Oh, yeah, like
Yeah,
the amount of
pretty nuts, dude.
narcissism in
Yeah, no, what I was going to say is, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying the amount of narcissism in DC has got to be fucking
Fuck, am I breaking up again?
insane. You are. You're roboting out a little bit once in a while. It's not like
Yeah.
terrible. It's just like, every once in a while, like a word goes wah.
Yeah. All right, let's see what I can do. All right, but yeah, no, when Real Hard's video came out, basically Keffels attacked the fucking thumbnail, like made a big deal that it was an unflattering fucking art of her, and then said that he used the wrong pronouns or some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So, well, again, it's basically so her audience is like, oh, well, those two things happen. I don't need to watch the video. It's completely full of shit. So yeah, it was some pretty fucking, which is again for anybody that's still a fan of hers, that is probably plenty for them to be like, oh, I guess no reason to watch the video with all the facts and shit against her. I guess. Yeah, it's a very odd mindset.
I know I talk about Joe Rogan a lot,
I'm
which
just
is
like,
unfortunate, like, because I've been listening to a lot of his podcasts as of late. But I think he makes a good point where, unfortunately, people are associating their ideas with them as a person. So, like, everybody has ideas, and, like, sometimes you're just going to be wrong. Like, that's just how it is. And it's not... Like, you're not a bad person. It's not something intrinsically wrong with you as a human being. It's not, you've utterly failed. Like, no, because you're going to be wrong a lot of times. Like, you're going to be wrong a lot more often than you're going to be right. Most, like, that just is how the world works.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand physics.
Yeah, we're all going to be mistaken from time to time.
So if I dip my toe in it and try to, like, talk out my ass about it, I'm gonna come up with something that's probably wrong sometimes. But that doesn't make me like this horrible person, and that I should be feeling shame or anything like that. So, but a lot of people just they get it's like it's part of their personality or something. It's weird. Like, just because you had a bad idea doesn't mean you're it's almost person. Like you just had a bad idea. Everybody does. Like, you were wrong. Everybody's wrong with
I think that's the mindset. Is they're like, it seems like that is that mindset. They're like, well, if they're wrong, they're bad, and then I'm bad then because I agree with them, or you know what I mean? It's an odd, like, people are so afraid of just being mistaken and just changing their mind about something.
Yeah, it's like that, and
like it's some moral failing.
Having to,
like, oh, shit. Now that I know
work
this,
at something is some sort of bad thing now. Like, because like, say you want to learn how to do painting, right? Well, like, the first 50 paintings you make are probably going to be pretty fucking terrible, right? Like, it's going to take you a really long time to get good at it. You're going to have to work hard at it. You're going to have to practice it over and over and over. You'll probably, instead of saving your first paintings, just, like, bleach out the can or whatever. I'm sure there's a way to wash all the paint off of a canvas, because canvases can get kind of expensive and take up a lot of space. Like, I'm sure there's a way to clean those and reuse them, and you're probably going to do that a lot when you're starting out, because you'd be like, wow, that was fucking awful. All right, let's try that again. And, like, that's just going to be a normal part of it. But there's, like, this weird sort of thing now where it's like, if you, and I think it's social media, where if you don't succeed the first time, you just give up and walk away. You're a terrible person and everything's wrong. Give up, like, they just don't understand that it's like, no, like, that's the standard. Nobody else knows how to paint. Like, it's only a very small group of people compared to the rest of society that know how to, like, make good paintings. And they all had to work at it for a long time and practice a lot to get there. And if you want to be one of those people, it's going to be the same for you. It's going to take work, and you're going to have to fail a bunch of times before you succeed.
Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah. kind of thing I like to keep in my mind at all times is maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe
Yep.
I'm wrong about that. It's possible that I'm not right. I'm not right about this. And yeah, that seems to be the major problem. Nobody wants to be wrong, like ever.
Yeah,
Nobody
like
wants
there's
to
some sort
admit,
of
oh
intrinsical
shit, how would
failure
I
as
have
a
this
human being if
information?
you're wrong once. It's like,
Mm,
nah, you're gonna be wrong a lot. Like that's just
yeah.
because you can't know everything. There's so
Yeah.
much to know. Like we've got whole libraries of information that I'll never fucking know, and that most people will never fucking know. You know?
Yeah. 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 I was surprised. Yeah, actually, Kasparian from the Young Turks seems to be doing that a lot lately. Actually,
She seems to
commendable.
be turning based. Yeah, like she's actually like
Yeah.
willing to accept that she had a lot of beliefs and thoughts that were incorrect, and then when you look at the facts and the science, it doesn't hold up. And she's saying, you know what, I was wrong. That was a mistake, and I should and I apologize for being wrong, and I will work on being correct in the future. Like she made an apology about Kyle
Yeah.
Rittenhouse even.
Dude, she specifically. Yeah, she did. Well, she did a thing on Keppel's like yesterday or today, talking about how she was wrong about all that shit. So that was pretty funny.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, she went in on Keppel's, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's actually willing. I don't know about
Is she
Chunk.
still on the Young
I
Turks,
haven't really
or
heard
have they
him.
fired her for this already?
Yeah, yeah, I'm surprised, but she seems to still be there.
Wow.
Yeah, I never hear Chunk do any of this shit, but she seems to. She seems at least willing. I don't know about Chunk, but yeah,
Yeah.
she's at least like, oh shit, I was completely wrong about this. So yeah, that's nice. But yeah, people are like, oh man, Keffels is ruined now. Is she?
Yeah, that's what I was
Because again,
wondering. Because
anybody
there's
who's
a certain
still a
amount of
fan of her.
people who are always going to follow her now.
Yeah, yeah. Like again, her followers were, they locked onto that fucking unflattering thumbnail, mispronouncing somebody, and we need to watch the video now. Yeah. So again, her whatever fans she has left are not going to be the I'm based on facts and logic critical thinker types.
Yeah, it's like I was a fan
So
of
she'll probably be fine.
Steven Crowder for a while.
Yeah, she'll lose. Yeah, she'll lose a little bit maybe, but for the most part, she's probably going to be fine.
Oh yeah. But I was saying I was like a fan of Steven Crowder for a while, and I kind of clung to that for a while until the abuse of his wife came out, and then I moved on because obviously he's a pretty terrible person. But I don't feel
Shit, who are
bad
you talking
about
about?
that.
I'm sorry.
Well, I was just saying it's like I feel bad for those fans because like I was a fan of Steven Crowder for a really long time.
Oh, yeah.
And then it came out that he was like, super abusive to his wife, and it's even more and more is coming out that like, it was easy to dismiss a lot of the initial complaints that you heard from like people claiming he was like a terrible boss. For a while, it's like people that were just mad about his success and their failure.
Mm-hmm.
But man, eventually you get to the point where you're like, oh no, there's enough evidence. I have to say I was wrong. I was wrong, and he's a terrible human being. Like, it's that simple. But that doesn't make me
even
a bad
that,
person. I just was wrong,
Yeah. Yeah, you got the information, and you like, oh shit, he really is a fucking shitty person and a horrible boss or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's plenty of people. Again, Crowder's still got plenty of fucking fans.
Oh,
that just completely
there's some
threw
people
that
that
shit
will
off.
cling to that. There's a lot of people that still cling to that. Like I saw a thing about Crowder that somebody else had done, like just kind of talking about a lot of the stuff going on with Jared. Because apparently Jared is suing now or something, and his ex-wife, and all sorts of shit is going on with that. I don't really follow it anymore because I don't really care. But
yeah, I haven't heard about it in a while. Yeah.
But it was it was interesting to see like, oh wow, this is new terrible things he's done. What a surprise.
Yeah, apparently what those NDAs said, they were incredibly fucking like well beyond like lawful limits, right?
Oh
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
That's one of those things that a lot of people don't understand. It's like just because a company wrote something down on a piece of paper doesn't necessarily make it legal. However,
Yeah,
it's really
you
expensive
do
to
kind
fight
of
some
have
of that
to.
stuff in court sometimes. And it's
Yeah, yeah,
probably Steven Crowder's lawyer is probably dragging on those things and making it take
yeah. Trying to
forever
bankrupt them.
so that they,
Yeah,
have a really tough time getting out of the NDAs or not having to pay like abusive penalties for stuff that's totally ridiculous. Like Jared kind of got conned because he didn't really. It seems like he didn't. I'm saying seems like because I don't know. I don't know enough
yeah,
details.
yeah,
Um, but it seems like he just was really not experienced enough to understand how abusive and inappropriate, and that he was under no obligation to sign any of those things. And so he signed a
yeah,
lot of stuff
yeah.
that he just didn't know any better and got really fucked over. But he
Mm.
doesn't have the resources to fight the court case that everybody else that Crowder does. So Crowder's been
Yeah,
like making it like take forever to go through the courts. But most of what he
yeah,
probably signed is probably going to be dismissed and just say like, yeah, you can't do that. That's totally ridiculous. It's just going to take for fucking
yeah. But
ever.
he's got the money to fucking. Yeah, Crowder's obviously definitely, for as long as fucking possible to try
Yeah.
to bankrupt Jared and that. Yeah.
Good for Jared in the
Yep,
fact
that's
that
pretty gross.
his case will eventually probably help other people fight their own battles against Crowder and take less time and it'll be harder for him to drag it out because they'll have precedent already. They're like, oh yeah, he's the one that does this. We already know that. So it shortens the process for everyone else, hopefully. And hopefully Jared wins. I don't know if he's
Yeah,
already
yeah,
finished his case or if he already won or if he lost or what. But hopefully he wins.
yeah, yeah. I doubt it. I'm sure they're gonna drag that out for fucking years, probably.
Oh, you doubt that it's finished?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll win it eventually. It's just gonna take a really long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Because God, imagine like
Think of how
your livelihood. They're actually, I think. Sorry, we're getting a little off track here, but I believe there's places right now that are starting to look at making non-compete things completely illegal.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like if it's not something that's literally proprietary,
Yeah, like
actually proprietary, like and
you
trade
can't
secret
take like
shit.
Coca-Cola's
Yeah,
secret recipe with you to Pepsi. But you
yeah,
can go
yeah,
work for Pepsi after you worked at Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola can't tell you that you're not allowed to because you made soda for them for so long. Like that's ridiculous. And I think a
yeah.
big part of that was there was this big case where a major hospital tried to prevent all their nurses from leaving because
Wow.
this major hospital was kind of on the downward trend, like it was probably going to get shut down because it was just so
Right, right.
poorly run, and they were paying ridiculously low, like absurdly low wages. And another hospital came and opened up
Wow.
in the area, and they were like, "Hey, if you guys want to work for us instead of for them, like we pay better by a pretty substantial amount, and it's the same work. So come on over." Clearly you're all
Yeah.
registered nurses, and you already you already know how to do the job. So we're happy to have you. And this hospital managed to get it legally prevent them from quitting for a pretty substantial amount of time. It was for like a month or two while they got it all tied up in court over like non-compete kind of
Dude,
stuff. And
so
so like
fucking
I think
insane.
that kind of kickstarted a lot of people were like, hey, maybe we don't want the nurses being forced to work at like substandard medical institutions and not able to like leave as if they're slaves. So,
Yeah.
and because it was also like
Yeah.
round about the time of COVID too, so there was a lot of like
There's
goodwill
one.
towards nurses and doctors and stuff like that. So I think that's part of what's pushing it.
Oh, sorry, man. I keep forgetting I'm not muted.
Oh,
Yeah, I
were you
guess.
talking to the dog?
No, I wish. No, we've got a uh, did you ever hear about apparently like hobos back in the ride the rails days? Like if there was a house or something that was like nice to them or gave them some kind of handout, they
Oh, they
would
would put
draw
like
like a
draw symbols
like
and
with
shit on their
chalk would draw
fence
like
and
a
stuff.
picture of a kitten.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's happened to our house for stray animals because we now have a fucking stray cat that lives in our front yard.
Oh, the dog went and told people.
Yeah, that other dog. He left some kind of sign behind, like, "Hey, these fucking marks
It's like
right
I
here.
ate
I'll
3
fucking take care of
apricots
you."
and shit on their lawn so that everybody would know they're a good house to go to.
Yeah. So yeah, we got this little gray cat that I don't know what the fuck happened to its tail because it looks like it was cut off. Like it's got the normal amount of floof, and then like the last inch, it's like fucking. It's short. It's only about maybe 2.5 inches long. And the very end of it, like the last little like 3/4 of an
Oh well,
inch,
if
is
it's
just tiny
stray,
with a
it probably
very
got
very little bit of hair.
it probably got bitten off by something. Was when it was smaller.
Yeah, yeah, like a dog or something got a hold of it
Other
probably.
cat, a dog,
Yeah,
a
he's very
rat, a
well. Cats
lizard.
are,
There's a lot of fucking shit that can fuck with a kitten. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's
There's
true.
some pretty big lizards out there that can fuck them up.
Yeah,
When they're babies, it's like
yeah.
there's certain
Oh yeah,
animals that will
yeah.
actively go out and hunt the predator's children. Like monkeys will hunt like cheetah fucking
Oh right, right.
kittens and murder them all the time whenever they can, or lion kittens too. They're like, oh, lion cubs, better
Yeah,
kill those because those might want to fucking
yeah,
kill me one day, which is not unreasonable if you think about it.
yeah.
It's gross to
Yeah.
us, but we're at the top of the food
Oh
chain,
yeah,
so it's
dude.
different. But oh
Yeah,
god,
it's
did you hear they're trying to
yeah,
fucking
yeah. It's
reintroduce
pretty logical for a fucking yeah. You're like, I know what that thing's gonna grow into.
You hear all these places?
Oh,
There's
go ahead, sorry.
various different uh, uh, towns and areas and like all these states where like they've gotten rid of like really dangerous predators. They're trying to bring them back. Like, oh, these woods once housed bears and wolves,
All
and we want
right.
bears and wolves back. And it's like, yeah, but they fucking killed people, dummy. Like, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a very Jesus Christ. Yeah,
I mean, with
I
the
posted a picture of the
turkeys.
cat in the Golden Retrievers and Friends
Oh
section there.
no!
It's a cute cat, actually.
All right, let me see here.
So
I've been avoiding the golden retrievers.
yeah, it's a cute, all gray, green eyes. He's a pretty cute cat.
Oh yeah, that's a fully grown adult. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and I see
yeah.
its
It's just
tail there is kind of stubby.
yeah,
Yeah, I
something
would say
happened to
it
its
probably had
tail
the
at
tip of
some
its tail
point.
bit off by some dog or some predator at some point. Probably when it was a kitten.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, I
Oh,
was here for about 4 or 5 days before it finally. I was like, God damn it, this fucking cat's gonna die or something. Because at first all they would do was just leaving the dog's water dish out so it had water to drink, and then after like a fucking 4 or 5 days, I'm like, fuck, all right, I'm gonna go buy some cheap ass cat food for this fucking cat. So yeah, my fault. I'm a sucker. Oh fuck. Yeah. I'll tell you what. If I can just get like a stray Bernese mountain dog, that would be nice. So if the end result of all of this was I somehow get my hands on a Bernese mountain dog,
well,
that would be all worth it. It's my new favorite dog breed.
you have to work that out with
If you hadn't noticed. Yeah.
Isn't there? Well, there's like the cat authority that just randomly designates people to be cat owners by sending them cats. I forget what it's called. But it's like it's like a joke. Like there's like if you will get a cat when the Cat Distribution Society says to, or something like that. So you already got the cat. You got to figure it out with the dog distribution people. Put in your request.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, I was trying to convince my mom to if we. I'm like, hey mom, let's do this. Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with that breed, but it's essentially a fucking temperament and all that shit is almost identical to a golden retriever. So again, super social, super friendly, super playful, but it's like almost the size of a Saint Bernard. Like, it has these giant fucking legs and giant fucking paws. The video I posted with the cat, dude, that cat literally lets that fucking big ass dog put its entire head in its mouth. It doesn't freak out at all. Like, obviously playing. But they can't trust that giant dog to have its fucking entire head in its mouth. And doesn't freak out at all. But yeah, watching a Bernese dog and a fucking golden retriever play is fucking amazing. All right, sorry, I just had to get that out. Oh shit, dude! Did you see the video of the Caucasian Shepherd? The Caucasian Shepherd, a 220-pound dog, dude. 220 pounds. Yeah, dude. Yeah, have you seen the picture? Like in that video, she like goes to pat or whatever, and like with her full hand on it, maybe a third of her head in its mouth. Yeah, if you go up on the golden retriever page, it wasn't posted that long ago.
Yeah,
but yeah, they're actually that
fucking
now, big. Dude. It's crazy.
It's pretty massive. Like, she could fit both of her whole hands in his mouth with room to spare, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah, look at the head, dude. I'm pretty sure her head, maybe not my head, I got a pretty big head, but yeah, it looks like her head could pretty easily fit in that dog's mouth. Not easily, but it would fit. So yeah, anyways. Yeah,
watching her have to like struggle to get it to like move over a little bit.
But yeah, I was like, holy shit, I did not have any idea.
She clearly is smaller than the dog.
Yeah, dude, she talks about it, dude. She's like, yeah, no, I'm doing this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no way she weighs 220 pounds. She's probably not even half that. She's maybe like 110. She's like, yeah, no, I'm doing this. I'm all by myself here. All these other groomers have refused. Oh, no, that wasn't this one. Never mind. There was the other dog that had one of those dogs that has the weird dreadlock shit, fur. She, like, apparently all the other groomers like, no, I'm not fucking with that. Because literally, apparently, it takes like 4 hours just to do a basic grooming on that fucking thing. I met this dog. I'm like, fuck it, dude, you're fucking crazy. I'm like, I wouldn't even do that shit. I don't care how.
Well, you know what? If I was a groomer and they came in with a dog that was I would price it according to the amount of time it would take. I'd be like, sure, I'll do a 4-hour grooming on your dog to do the basic grooming, but you're gonna have to pay a cost that's
for 4 hours.
That represents that amount of time that I'm gonna be working on this.
Oh God! Oh, did you watch the deformed dog breed video?
No, that's always depressing. And I'm pretty sure, what is it? It's pugs, chihuahuas, and then there's probably like
dachshunds.
Yeah, dachshunds is another one.
Yeah,
there's like some boxers, I think, that are kind of fucked up.
Yeah, if you look at the thumbnail, it's one of the about 4 or 5 posts back. The one on the left, it's something like bully. I forget the name of it. It's got a weird name. It looks like a pit bull, but like it's the widest fucking mouth I've ever seen on a dog. It's creepy. It's got like this weird flat, gigantic head, but like a flat face, and just like a fucking mouth from like oh, well, not ear to ear, but yeah, basically from on one side of the head to the other, dude. Yeah, it's right before the picture you posted of the little Chihuahua, the little meme you posted,
Oh yeah.
in the golden retriever one.
Oh, I posted all those fucking
Yeah,
stupid
yeah,
videos in the
right
golden
after.
retrievers thread. Damn it! I keep getting mixed up.
Oh fuck. Oh yeah, I commented on it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you look right after.
Those are boxers. It's like a certain kind of boxer, right?
I thought it was something bully. It
Oh,
was a
maybe it
weird, like,
is. Maybe it is. It
descriptive
just looks
word
a lot like
and
a
then
boxer
bully.
to me.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like kind of like a mix somewhere between a boxer and like a pit bull, but also kind of doggy kind of look.
It's almost like they made a really big pug.
Like 2 days ago. Yeah, from memory, that's too long. Yeah, with like gigantic mouth, like it looks like Venom. Like when you see Venom like open its mouth and it's fucking like side to side. That's yeah. God damn it! What the fuck happened?
Probably like a war breed or something.
No, not American Bully. Fuck it.
There were dogs that they like
No,
bred
not
for like
American,
war and
goddamn it.
stuff that had like giant mouths or for hunting like really nasty animals.
Yeah, apparently the Caucasian Shepherd was essentially bred like up in the fucking mountains where there's like wolves and bears and shit. So it makes sense that it would want a gigantic dog like that.
Oh yeah, well you know you're talking about some of those wolves can get up to like 300-400 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, and they're going to come in as a pack. So if you got a pack of your own dogs plus you, that could be the difference. You know, that extra 100 pounds on that dog instead of 120, 150 pound like normal sized dog, normal large dog. You know, 220 pound massive large dog. You're gonna get a lot better chances of surviving against that.
Yeah, it was absolute necessity. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god,
this is really bugging me.
When they're
I don't
talking
have to
about
watch
reintroducing
the
like wolves and bears and shit into places where like they shouldn't be, because like you know there's a ton of people there. It makes me wonder: is like, are they going to start bringing snakes back to Ireland too? Like, are they really going to just do this retarded shit? Like, why? What's the point? Because like people forget that like not all wolves are good. Like some breeds generally don't mess with people. There's some smaller breeds, but like the larger breeds, we're just a snack if they catch us.
I think,
and they'll happily hunt people because people are way easier to kill than like deer or bears or anything else. Because unless we're armed, it's like it's like a watch of sandwiches.
Yeah, because I think most dogs, they're not from like the big timber wolves, right? They're from like the gray wolf, right? Most dog breeds are actually descended from gray wolves, like the smaller gray wolves.
the smaller wolves. Yeah.
I think.
Pretty sure. Sounds right.
Yeah, I think I heard that somewhere one time.
It lines up with what my knowledge says.
Let's go.
You know.
Yeah, sounds right. That'll work.
But like, I think people forget how dangerous wolves are, because like, if in World War II there were times when like both sides would stop fighting each other to kill wolves, because there were so many wolves like killing people and soldiers that it was like the wolves were winning the war essentially.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. People do not realize exactly how big these fucking wolves are. The fucking things are like 6 feet long, like not counting a tail. You know what I mean? Like from fucking ass to fucking nose. They're like over 6 feet fucking long. They're huge.
Yeah. Some of those wolf breeds are massive.
Because again, when you see them on like TV or movies or whatever, like you can see them, they look big. But in person, they're fucking Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, this chick I knew had a one that was like, I forget what the other half was, but it was half wolf, but it looked like all wolf basically, and it was so fucking long, dude. It's just yeah. I was like, Jesus, dude. I don't know if I would have this dog because I don't know if I could fucking handle it if it went crazy.
Have you there was like some short videos posted a while back of this girl hanging out and playing with wolves, and it looked like
Uh,
a small child hanging out with ponies. Because the wolves
yeah,
were so
yeah.
fucking big compared to this woman. It was like she was a child at a park where they were giving pony rides, and she just got into the pen with all the ponies. It was so crazy. It was like, if any one of those wolves wanted to eat her, they could just eat her and still eat more
Yeah,
later. Like,
no problem.
they were so
Yeah,
massive, you know?
exotic bully. That's what it was. Fine. I knew it was like a descriptive word. So yeah, that's called an exotic bully.
Oh,
So
bully.
some
Oh,
kind of
because
bulldog.
it's
It's
a
still
bulldog. That's. I was getting boxers with
yeah.
bulldogs mixed up. Yeah, okay.
Well, there's apparently those are pretty closely related. Apparently, I was looking at when I was looking up before. I saw boxers kind of lumped in with bulldogs. So yeah, they're very similar.
I think they're similar, like, purposes. They were bred for similar reasons. If I'm not mistaken,
Mm,
they both work in, like, cause like there's like 3 or 4 different kinds of dogs that were like sheep dogs, and there's like multiple different kinds of like rat dogs, and there's multiple different kinds of like hunting dogs. So I think boxers and
yeah,
bulldogs were bred for similar purposes.
dude, these exotic bullies. They look like demon dogs. Jesus Christ, dude. Like dude, they don't. They look like something AI would come up with. Like if you said, "Hey, create a demon dog."
Well, they're like a snake dog. Like their jaw
Seems
unhinges, and then
like dude. Yeah, I'm gonna put a pic of just the exotic bully here. There you go, dude. Like the mouth is so goddamn wide. Like it looks like a cartoon.
You gonna post a picture? You said.
Yeah, I just posted it in the same one, the golden retriever and friends thing.
Oh, I'm
Jesus
still seeing the
Christ,
cat.
dude.
I'm not seeing the bully.
This can't. Is this real? Holy fuck!
Oh, there's the
Oh, really?
picture. There it
Hold
is.
on, let me
Finally
check.
came through. It
The
just took a while. It's probably your
internet's kind of
connection's
shitty
not
here.
great.
Oh, it's still. Oh, it's. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see why
Sounds
that
about
would be a mutate. Yeah, its
right.
mouth is way too big. Its nose is
Yeah. There's
back
a.
too far
I
and
just tried
squished
to post
in,
another one.
and its paws are weird fucking
Jeez.
sizes. Its legs are weird size. That can't be good for its hips either.
Jesus. So look.
Oh, this is definitely
It's
a
like
war breed. This is a breed of dogs that had
it
to have been
fucking
made for
almost looks like
fighting
it has
wars, man.
hooves. What the fuck? Yeah.
I mean, all the muscle is
God
up
damn,
front
dude.
for like grabbing
It
on and
looks.
holding an enemy
Yeah.
in holding an enemy's leg in place while you stab him with your pointy stick or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big
Sounds
wide
about right.
jaws, so
You
it
see the
has
second
plenty
one
of
I just
holding
posted?
power.
Dude, the one I just posted, that looks fake. That doesn't look real. Like the dog should not be able to be that fucking muscular.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I was saying it's got to
It's
be for some
fucking
form of
yeah.
fighting something, because that's just way too aggressive of a breed, like look of a breed, for it not to be like a fighting
Yeah.
dog of some
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
Maybe for like hunting boar.
Right. Yeah.
I could see that being used for hunting boar because it's so massively front muscled like that. Like it goes up and fucking dives in
Yeah.
on the boar and then holds it in place while you shoot it with arrows until it stops squealing.
Now I kind of need to know. what the fuck they were thinking of when they created this thing. Originally meant to be a spin-off of the American Bully, so the American Bulldog, but in time became a breed of its own. It is a breed that breeders have developed out of creative expression. Oh, that's fantastic. Using the more overdone features of smaller bulldog breeds like the French Bulldog, English, and American. Yeah. So they just thought it'd be funny, I guess. I don't know, dude. Yeah, so, it seems cruel. I mean, not as cruel as a fucking an actual pug or the dachshund and that, but still seems unnecessary. But dude, there's people that think pugs are cute, and I don't fucking get it. They're fucking hideous, dude. They look hideous to me, dude. I guess it's just a matter of taste.
I don't find them to be
the flat
hideous
faces
looking. I find them to be tragic looking. Like to me, when I see that dog, it's like, oh, that's a miserable animal. Like that is clearly not living its best life. You know, like clearly this animal is going through a lot of suffering unnecessarily. Like it can't breathe, it can't walk right. Like why would you
and
purposely make one of these happen?
Dude, they deliberately bred it to have like the tail curl, like not work like a normal tail does. Dog, like they're deliberately bred to have the tail that's like a fucking circle. So you know what I mean? Like its balance is gonna always slightly be off. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. It really is like kind of evil. Breeding pugs, dachshunds, even chihuahuas. I don't know. It's almost evil, in my opinion, to keep breeding those things. Maybe not evil. It's certainly at least immoral.
I find it evil to continue breeding them. I would agree with that. To breed them, sure. I wouldn't want to call the breed itself evil because they're just dogs. They don't fucking know any better.
Yeah. No, that's what I meant. Yeah, I'm not blaming the dogs for their existence. Yeah. How dare you exist, fucking dog?
But
anyone
intentionally breeding more of them, that I think that qualifies as evil. That's a fair assessment of the thing.
It's immoral at the very least, I would say. Like, hey, this thing's gonna fucking, like Hugby's pointed out, it can even drown without being around any water.
It's not the smartest of animals. Oh, man.
And its eyes can pop out of its fucking head.
Is that true? I didn't know. That's so
Jesus,
awful.
Dude.
Can you imagine having to put your fucking dog's eye back in its head?
Yeah. Yes, dude.
All right, I'm going to get some saran wrap and some fucking paper towels.
Jesus, we're going to try to pop it back into the fuck.
Squeeze this eye back into its socket. I had trouble making the fucking dachshund we had pee. Like, I could squeeze it all I wanted and it would not pee. It was weird. Whereas my mom would just squeeze the piss out of it all the time. It was super easy. That was the one we had that got paralyzed. So, it couldn't pee on its own. And so it was either we squeeze the pee out or it dies of a bladder exploding inside of its body. Because he would only pee to mark territory because he didn't understand that he needed to go. He didn't feel it.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yep. When he regained his ability to walk after going to the chiropractor, which is really uncommon.
Right.
He started peeing a little more often on his own, but not enough. He still had to be squeezed a little bit every now and again. It was kind of sad. Oh, did you see?
That's pretty cool.
It was just recent. It was one of the dumber things I've heard somebody say. It was this guy who was talking about how it's fucked up if you're in a relationship with, like you're married or whatever, To just ask your wife to make a list for you of the shit she wants you to do if you're like, if she feels like you're not doing enough chores or she complains about it. Because it's too much work to
Mm-hmm.
ask of her. It's like, that's work. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That's the dumbest shit I've
What the
ever heard.
fuck?
Like, dudes and women and
Yeah,
men have
yeah,
different standards for what should and should be like should be cleaned and what constitutes dirty. There's a lot of shit most guys just don't give a shit about. So if you don't fucking tell them, they'll
yeah,
never
yeah.
figure it out. Because it just doesn't even register
Mm.
in their fucking brain.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I've known dudes
yeah, and
who would
the
never change their
women,
sheets. You know, like you normally you change your sheets like once a
yeah,
week, once every other week, something depending on like what you know what season it is and how gross they're getting. But like, there's a lot of people out there like
yeah,
dudes who will
yeah,
just never change them if somebody doesn't tell them to. Like, it just they don't even think it doesn't
yeah.
even
No, I go a
fucking get in
long
their brain.
time. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, even I only do it like every couple months, probably most of the time. Like I constantly forget about that shit.
I go a
Yeah, I'm
lot
like, well, it was
longer than
fine
most
yesterday,
people, but
so
I
it's gonna be
also
fine
don't
today.
sleep in my bed all that often. So, like, I sleep at work a lot too. So
Yeah,
there's like
yeah,
a lot of like sort of a lot of time where it's like, oh yeah, well I'm just not even in bed half the time, so it didn't really need to be changed as often as if I was
yeah. Oh,
sleeping there every night.
I posted a pic of a pug with one of its eyes popped out, and then the lady. I don't know if you remember this lady. I forgot what
Oh
show I
yeah,
first
yeah.
saw
She
her
had the
on,
eyes that.
but yeah, she was literally able to pop her fucking eyeballs. Dude, that's real. Like, I don't know if
Oh.
that picture in particular, but there was a woman,
His
it was a
eyes
black
popped
chick.
out, and whoever
It was a
owns the
black
dog
chick, so I
didn't
think
do
that
anything about it for a really long time. So it's clearly become infected and inflamed.
yeah, yeah, that eye is probably not making it back. I assume he's just
No,
losing
that
the
eye
eye
has to be removed for sure.
at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
I think outdid her
yeah,
though, didn't they? Like she had the world record for the longest time of her eyes being popped out the most, being pushed out.
yeah.
But it
Yeah,
seemed
I'm
like I
sure
think somebody came
that was
along
fun to
and did
do,
better.
dude. The first time I saw that bitch, they had like a doctor come on. They're like, oh, "Okay, so how does this compare to like how like normal eyes protrude?" And he's like, "Normal eyes don't protrude." Like, what the fuck are you asking me?
He's like, what do you mean compared to normalized protruding? They're not supposed to do
Oh
that in the
fuck.
first place, much less do it that far.
Like what? Where are you? Where do you live? That this is fucking normal to you? Yeah, that was fucking funny. But yeah, because they did like a
Yeah,
little
in
side view and
Incest
actually
Town,
showed
there's
like
lots
how
of
far
eyes
out. But yeah, I
protruding.
wouldn't doubt that somebody else. Right. Oh fuck. Yeah, in most societies, this would be selectively bred out just
Inbreeding.
naturally.
It's just like inbreeding is the only reason you get protruding eyes, let's be honest. She had some parents that were probably close
Oh,
cousins.
fuck. Yeah,
Oh man.
so fucking weird.
Oh,
I forgot there was some
I
show she
know
was
I
on.
posted them in the wrong part of the Discord, but I gotta tell you, if you haven't watched any of these tomorrow's teaching videos, you're missing out, dude.
Oh fuck!
These
Is it like the
things,
Darman shit, where it's
oh, this is so
like an
much better.
over-the-top story with some weird moral?
These
All
are
right, go ahead.
these are
I did not watch it.
fucking crazy. Okay, like they're absolutely batshit insane, and they take the most bizarre left turns, right? So like one, I'm gonna what do you call it? Spoil one of them because I'm sure like it doesn't matter. Um, so in White Kid
It's
Shamed for
fine.
His Small Wiener, you won't believe it. In this video, it starts out with this guy hanging out with his girlfriend, and she just suddenly starts talking about one of these random Twitch streamers, how he has a giant cock. And I guess it shows like when he's walking around and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? Get your dick out. Bring it out. I want to measure. Let's see how you measure up. And so the guy's like, no, I don't want to do that. And then she fucking pulls his pants down for him after he finally gets a ruler and measures. And she's like, oh my God, that's pathetic. I can't even do anything with that. That's only 2 inches. What a fucking loser. Ah, starts making fun of him, right? And so...
Yeah.
It then cuts to him at school the next day doing like football practice or basketball practice. I think it was like, I couldn't remember which one it was. It was one sport. I'm not a sports guy, so it didn't really matter to me.
Some kind of practice.
Some kind of sports practice, and he's not doing great. And then afterwards, the coach and 2 students and him are hanging out, sort of. And one of the students starts making fun of him because he's not good at the sport. And then eventually they start talking about how like white people have small wieners. And then the coach mentions casually that he fucked this guy's girlfriend, and that's never addressed in any way. And then
what the fuck?
And then the other student has a gun and demands that this guy pull his pants down so they can see his dick. And the coach is like, hell yeah, let's see that meat. And the kid's like, yeah, pull that meat out or I'm finna something or other. I forget what he said, but he pulls out a fucking gun. And then you're like, what the fuck? And so he reluctantly, because, he's being threatened with, fucking gun, pulls his pants down. And they start laughing and they're like, oh, look at that fucking tiny thing. It's like it's like the tip of a thumb. Oh my God, how could you even piss out of that? And like the fucking coach takes pictures and posts them on his social media to make fun of the guy. And then everybody's making fun of the guy for having a small dick. So he's eventually like, you know what? I'm going to fucking kill myself. So he goes and he's going to jump off this fucking bridge. And the coach just happens to be walking along and he's like, oh no, what have I done? I'm so sorry. Don't kill yourself. I have a small dick too. And he shows him his dick. And you're like going at this point, what the fuck is next? You know what's next? The girlfriend shows up. And she's like, what are you guys doing here? Right? Hold on a second. So she's like, he's like, so the first guy is like, you know what? I'm proud of my small dick. Get the fuck out of here. You just go fucking leave or whatever. And the coach is like, yeah, and then another wrong having a small dick. And then the coach and the guy pick the girlfriend up and throw her off the overpass. So
what
you're like,
the fuck?
You're like, what the hell is going on? And then sit together on the overpass, start chatting again, and realize they're in love, so they start making out. And then it cuts to some guy giving you like a moral message about this or something. And you're just, and they're all fucking insane. Just fucking weird left turns that make no goddamn sense. Every depiction of anyone they do in any of the things, if it's somebody who's even, it's all racist. So, like, the white people are, like, racist depictions of white people. The black people are racist depictions of black people. The Asians are racist depictions of Asians. They're all really racist. It's how
like
can we
depict
everyone in the world as the most offensive thing possible? Like, even the people that are supposed to be, like, special needs, like autistic or retarded, are depicted in the most incredibly offensive way you could possibly do it. Constantly. It's just...
Yeah, dude.
And none of
I was going to say, dude, when you first told me, I'm like...
Oh, man.
Dude, when you said it was way worse than Dogman, like, dude, Dogman's pretty fucking bad. No way worse. And I apologize because you were absolutely correct. That's
You're
fucking
just
way
hearing
worse
the
than
description.
Dogman.
You're like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, like some of the stuff they do, you're like, I'm amazed that's still allowed on YouTube. Their production value, on the other hand, is pretty high. Like they're
what the fuck was the
moral? They're not movie level, but they're
you remember what the moral was?
Remember what the what? Oh, the moral?
Do you remember what the moral was of that
I
video?
assume that you shouldn't make fun of people
I'm
for
trying to
things they can't control
figure
is
out
the
what the
moral of it. I think it's a Christian group. I'm not sure what they're trying to teach, but god damn, is it just crazy.
yeah.
And they're all entertaining. So, like,
Dude,
it
that shit
doesn't
is
matter
nuts. Like
which
the
one
Don
you
Man,
pick. If you want to watch one of their 5-minute, they got like 140 videos. You want to watch like a
yeah,
5-minute video or a
crazy.
20-minute video, they're all fucking great. There was one about an Asian woman eating a dog.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. She gets hired as a dog sitter, and
yeah,
she's
it's
like,
funny because it seems like they have to one up each other.
I don't know what it is, but it's very entertaining. I don't watch too many in a row because it kind of gets to be hard. But every like, you know, I'm watching one or two a day just to like kind of like
watching your sanity
because they're so fucking crazy. And believe me,
it seems like
never
this weird
going to go the way you think it's going to go. So far, I have not been able to predict one of the left turns.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it seems like every fucking event is like a random number, you know, comes from like a generator or something.
You know, it
like,
could
hey, there's
be.
50
it
things
could
that
be
could
AI.
happen. You know,
it could be an AI experiment
generator.
if it wasn't that it goes back further than AI, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was introduced to it by a friend of mine from the karaoke server.
Dude, that is fucking amazing, dude. Holy shit.
Oh, maybe it could be AI. It's only 2 years old.
Like,
Never mind.
Fucking pretty ridiculous. Yeah, Darkmans are fucking pretty silly, but they're still like almost like kind of not reasonable, but not.
The moral makes sense. The moral of the story makes sense, even if it's a dumb moral and you don't agree with it. You can understand where they're coming from.
Yeah. But all the we gotta get fucking crazy, and in order to stand out, we have to be more and you know more popular dark whatever. So yeah, it almost have to, I think. Like, it's weird. It's very phenomenon where they're just like, all right, you cannot do that. You come up with things what you think happened. All right, well, let's throw the chick off the bridge. That makes no sense. That works, right?
Right? It's such a weird thing.
So,
it's like
I can see.
Wait, are you still there? You kind of died on me there. I think he must be gone, or his connection is bad. Okay, if you're still there, I can't hear anything you're saying. It's gone completely silent for me. Have you come back?
Am I coming through?
You're back. You're returned.
You hear me?
Yes, I can. Can
Hello?
you hear me? Oh, he can't hear me. Oh no.
All right. Yeah, that's weird. It just cut out.
Yeah, you've just suddenly gone really robot-y over the last couple of seconds there.
I can't.
Everything is robot-y.
Yeah, it just cut out. I couldn't hear you.
You're still roboting for me, unfortunately.
All right. God damn it! What the fuck?
Oh, now you're clear. We'll see how long that lasts. Oh no. Aha, you have returned again.
coming? Am I in there? Would you shut up, dog? Am I coming through?
Yeah, you seem to be coming through now. You seem to be coming through now, if you can hear me.
Yeah. All right, I think we're okay.
Oh, good.
Is that left side?
Yeah,
this is great. Yeah, I got to take the dog out.
Oh, you know what they kind of remind me a little bit of, but like more of an insane bend to it. It's the chick tracts or whatever. You know, where like, oh, if you start playing D&D, you'll start worshiping the devil and gain magical powers and cast spells and kill people in real life, and then you'll go to hell or something like that.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah,
if it was
Hugo
made by
and Jake
a schizophrenic,
guys used to watch them.
You know.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, do you remember the Bible Reloaded guys?
Yeah. There's been a lot of weird Christian shit that I've seen, to be fair.
Whatever. Like, I forgot Hugo's Helga now. Yeah, no, they would make fun of him. But yeah, I don't know if you remember those guys, but the fat one is a trans woman now. From the Bible Reloaded, Hugo and Jake is now Helga and Jake.
That's not weird.
Do you remember them? They were kind of on the outskirts of that whole. They're kind of on the outskirts of that whole anti-SJW thing back in the day. They're kind of on the outskirts of that.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, they would always read the chick tracts and make fun of how ridiculous they were.
Oh yeah, that's easy to do. Are they wokies or are they like chill based people?
Yeah, they're pretty wokey. Like they're not as insane as the SJWs were, but they were still pretty fucking wacky lefty.
Yeah, see, I have a hard time listening to that. Like, I don't mind listening to other people's opinions sometimes, but man, sometimes I just want to entertain myself without political bullshit. You know what I mean? It's one of the things I like about these things is there's no real politics in any of it. It's just real dumb fucking Christian. Well, I don't know if it's Christian, but real dumb moralistic teachings or something.
Yeah, but just insane fucking plot twists through the whole fucking thing. It's fucking funny.
Yeah, the part where they threw the girl off the bridge fucking blew my mind. I was like,
yeah, I did not.
What the hell? And then after that, the coach and the guy kissing was just like, all right, I guess. I mean, they just fucking murdered a chick for no reason.
Yeah, you could give me, like, I would say, like 1,000 guesses, and I do not think I would have been able to guess those two things were coming up in that fucking video.
Oh, yeah, and it's just every single one of them is that crazy.
It's almost like they had somebody that works there. It's like, oh yeah, what next? They're gonna throw them off the bridge and make out. And they're like, yes, that's perfect. You know what I mean? Like somebody suggests something really sarcastically, and they're like, yes, that's perfect. You're a genius.
It's one of those things where I was like, man, I wish Red Letter Media also did YouTube videos because they would fucking love this. Because it's like I don't leave mean comments. I'm not being mean about it. I leave nice comments. I want them to make more. I genuinely enjoy watching these. I mean, for an entirely different reason than what they want. But I mean, who cares, right? I'm driving up their numbers.
Right? Yeah, I kind of suspect that that's all they care about. I don't know that they're actually trying to spread a moralistic message, other than just being as absurd as possible so people watch them.
There's a part at the end of each video where the guy gets on and talks about the moral reason, like the moral things in the video.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind then.
I think they're genuine. That's the part that makes it so entertaining. Is you're like, these people think they're making like real serious art with a message here, and it's not at all. Like,
dude.
I mean, if it's a scam, they're good.
Yeah, I guess I gave them too much credit, dude.
Well, you haven't seen any of the videos though. To be fair, so like watch a video or two, and I think you'll get what I'm saying. It's pretty.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
it's
trust your judgment.
well worth it.
I was just like, I was just kind of wondering, like, maybe they're doing this crazy shit just so people will talk about them and more people will watch.
I
It sounds like
mean,
they're
they have a
serious.
fairly. It's not like a big channel, but it's a what is it? 100 and or not 100. What's their sub count here? Da, 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 scroll to the top. 107,000 subscribers. So it's not a tiny channel
Yeah,
either. You know, it's not a big
yeah,
massive
yeah,
one, but it's a pretty decent size.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's not bad for what you're describing. I wonder. I gotta assume like 99,000 of these subscribers are like watching them ironically or whatever. Like they're watching them just because of how absurd they are. There's like 1,000 people that are like, yes, no, these are great stories. These are great moral lessons. I'm gonna show them to my kid. Make sure he grows up right.
Yeah. It is. At one point, somebody is kidnapped and taken to some sort of like evil sex dungeon or just dungeon, I think. And instead of making it like a regular house basement, it's like a medieval dungeon with like out of stone
Like,
bricks with like these fancy looking like torches that look like they're right out of a fucking old timey Robin Hood film or something. You know, it's just like it's so fucking bizarre. All the things are just so weird.
that's
But
fucking
the
funny.
production value being as high as it is what makes it so watchable, though. Because like the the cameras are good quality. They're not the best quality, but they're pretty good quality. The special effects they do are a pretty good mix of mostly practical stuff, but done for the amount of budget they probably have really, really well, I would say. The
Yeah,
acting,
that's nice.
the acting is atrocious, but in such a fun way.
Yeah, it always is.
Like there's
Yeah,
these
no,
people that
yeah.
like it's like an old man, and he's like clearly an old man with like gray hair, a gray beard, and everything, and he's just wearing a blonde wig, pretending to be a young man. You know, like stuff like
That's
that,
fucking
or
amazing.
like the mom is, the mom in the scene is getting mad about stuff, so everything that involves any sort of emotion, she just yells louder, like the line, whatever it is, even if it doesn't make any sense.
Oh
Like
wow, it
oh,
sounds
you're supposed to
amazing,
be
dude.
sad about this happening. You're sad. Tell them how sad you are that this is happening, and you wish it wasn't. Oh no, I'm
She just
so
screamed.
sad. You're like, oh God, no. Like
Like
it
she
just
can't actually portray. She doesn't know how to actually portray the emotion, so she just says the emotion out loud, like
she
yells the
doesn't.
emotion out loud.
No, it's just every emotion is the same. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
like
saying. She doesn't know
she
how to
doesn't
do them
say the
different
emotion.
ones.
She just everything is louder when she's
Oh,
in
okay,
an emotional state of any kind of emotion. So if she's sad, it's just
okay,
louder. If she's angry, it's
oh,
louder.
okay,
If she's scared, it's just
okay.
louder. If she's unhappy, it's just louder.
Dude,
And it's just like,
dude,
what are you doing?
dude, dude, I almost think it would be better if she did just scream out the emotion, though. That'd be fucking hilarious.
There
I
is a
can't
guy that
act,
goes
so
blind
I'm
from
going to let you
masturbating at
go.
one
I'm
point.
sad now.
It would be funny too. That would be really funny. There's a guy that goes blind from masturbating. That actually happens.
Wait, was that the one where he's supposed to be jerking it to his sister? Was it that one?
I know it wasn't that one. I forget which one it was, but it was definitely a weird one. None of them make any sense.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling.
So if you're looking for logic behind any of these, I'm sorry, you're barking up the wrong
Yeah,
tree.
no. Like I said, you're gonna give me 1,000 guesses about what would happen after they get on that bridge,
Yeah, I'm trying
and
to
I would
think.
never guess. I would never guess the two things that happen after that.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Dude, that is fucking amazing, dude.
I was amazed
I
that
guess it
they
actually is
managed to
kind of
find an Asian lady to play the dog eating Asian lady who
right.
like goes to
Like
like
I'm
house
enjoying
like
this. Fuck you.
she's like a pet sitter, and she goes over to sit this to like watch this guy's dog for him while he goes off to go get a job or something. and she's just like
Right.
licking her lips, and she's like, I can't wait. That dog looking so good, you know, like, and then fucking eats the dog, and you're like, what is wrong with you? And just like, I forget what the moral was to that one, but it was that was a doozy of a one right there, because you were like, you were left with the whole thing of like, why would she agree to just be this incredibly like racist parody of an Asian?
That is fucking amazing, dude. God damn. I wonder if like you could, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if like somebody reported that. Would that count as like fucking like did you get a? Would they actually get a strike for being that fucking racist and stereotypical?
I don't
I would
think
hope not,
so.
honestly.
So here's the thing.
Yeah, I would
Even
hope
though
not.
all of it is racist and stereotypical, none of it feels mean. Like, it's really
Yeah,
apparent that they're just fucking dumb. If that makes
yeah.
it's hard to it's
It's
hard
like
until you've seen it. You don't like it's hard to understand until you've seen it. Once you've seen one of it, you'll be like, oh, they're just that stupid. Like I don't think a
yeah.
lot of people would be offended by it if they watched it, because they'd just be like, oh, they're just really fucking dumb. I guess, you know. Like, it's sad. They're just too stupid to understand that that's incredibly racist.
Yeah, they're like earnest. Like they don't
Yes.
they're not being racist on
Well,
purpose. They're
all of
being
their
genuine.
racist
Like,
depictions are
oh,
being
Asians eat
played by
dogs.
people of the race.
Yeah, well, again, actresses. There's a lot of them that will do whatever for the right amount of money.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. And from what you're describing, it sounds like they're not the most talented group.
I think it's some sort of
Nobody
church
else on
group of some kind, like a weird new age church group, because they're also totally fine with, like, you know, gay and other people. Don't seem to be a problem that people are gay for them.
Yeah, it's like a
Like, there's,
Unitarian church or something.
yeah, something like that. And it's just like, I think it's the result of some people with a really good ability to make films. Like they're really good at like the production of making
Yeah,
films,
that
involved
is
with somebody
fantastic.
who's just absolutely fucking
Insane.
insane. And they're like,
Fucking.
we're gonna make moral stories to spread the word of our religion, and then everybody involved in the church is like, yeah, we'll help.
Oh my god. This sounds gloriously awful.
Yeah, definitely worth watching. Definitely worth watching.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna subscribe. As soon as I get back to my phone, I'm fucking subscribing.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nobody watching us, but man, if you are, go watch one of their videos right now.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it called? Tomorrow's Teachings? Is the name of it?
Tomorrow's teachings, yeah.
uh, Tomorrow's Teachings. I was just transported here from the 1950s, and I'm going to do what I think is tomorrow's teachings.
I think I'm gonna stop answering this fucking guy. Holy crap! Not you. This I put
What
down a
happened?
joke in one of the discords I'm in about like cilantro being evil, because I'm one of those people that like it tastes like shit to me. Like, cause like some
Right.
people it's really good and it has like a great flavor, but for some people they
Oh.
have a certain gene and it's like plastic and soapy tasting. So for me it tastes like soap and plastic. So I put that down in there as like a joke. And this guy's like, why is it evil? And it's like, fuck you. I'm not. Nah. Like, if you can't tell
How do you
that
fucking not know that's a
incredibly
joke?
obvious this is a joke, I'm not going to keep going with this. We're done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one thing if you had been like, are you serious? But to assume that you were, that's why it's different. Like, I'd be like, oh, okay, because there are crazy people, so maybe he is serious. But yeah, to literally just say, why is it evil? That's, yeah, fuck that guy.
Is there a gift for murdering
All right,
cilantro?
subscribe. Karen Hunt Down's Mexicans Part 2. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I love this channel already.
Yes, that is a good one, by the way.
A,
I haven't watched part 1,
two.
but I've watched part 2. And
I
part 2 was
do.
amazing. I gotta watch part 1. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, dude, you're missing out on all the lore from part 1. What are you thinking, man?
You will not. You're not. You will love the end of that one.
God damn. Yeah. Subscribe to tomorrow's teachings, and thank you for your delightful insanity.
What was it? On a less funny note. Unfortunately, this girl survived, but a 13-year-old was shot for trying to steal somebody's car.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like,
that was fucking nuts.
Good. And one of the things that drove me nuts was the guy who was making the video was like, well, these kids, 13 years old, that's, they don't understand the difference between wrong and right. They're too young. I'm like, bullshit. Bullshit. You know what doesn't, know he's not going out stealing cars all the time? Every 13-year-old. Most 13-year-olds are not out stealing cars. Why? Because they know it's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I knew it was wrong when I was 13. Yeah, no, it's the weird infantilizing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like the that whole situation with that bitch that accused the guy, Minecraft guy, of fucking sexual assault or whatever.
Oh,
like, she's only 18. She's only 19. She's a kid. Like, fuck you. She's a kid. That's fucking bullshit. But yeah, no, it's like, have you not been around 13-year-olds, like, what, since you were 13? Like, they fucking know right from wrong at that point.
Yeah, or they just don't give a shit.
Even if they're not witnessing it in their life or whatever.
They're fucked up for some reason. Like, their parents didn't raise them right, or they're just a bad person. Because, like, that's, I think, the thing a lot of people don't want to accept for some reason, is that some people are just bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's unfortunate, but there are people that are just bad, and it doesn't matter how many chances you want to give them, or therapy, or you fucking kiss their little toesies and tell them they're the bestest ever, and all this other bullshit. Some people are just fucking bad, man.
Yeah, that's the reality. There are some people that are born evil. They might have all the advantages, gotten all the love in the fucking world, all the support, and they're still fucking evil. Like, sometimes, unfortunately, people are kind of occasionally, like, obviously nurture has a pretty fucking huge chunk to do with it, but sometimes people are evil.
Sometimes
people are fucking born that way.
They're made that way by their parents. They're abused and abused and abused until they become irreconcilably evil. Like, they're evil and they're never going to get better. Like, it's never going to stop because they're so fucking damaged.
Yeah.
And that's sad, yes, and it's unfortunate, but that doesn't mean you don't hold them responsible for their own actions.
Yeah, you don't get a pass because of that. Like, you can get, like, maybe a little mitigating shit in there, but, you fucking know what's right and wrong.
Well, to me...
Even if you're not seeing it at home or...
This child knew it was evil because she took off running when they caught her. She got shot in the arm, so obviously that probably helped. But, like, she took off running and didn't fucking, like, run to the hospital.
Yeah, she wasn't like, what's wrong? What do you mean? I was just trying to take this car. What's the problem?
Yeah, it's like...
that would be a little different. Just the fact she fled, is a little indicator that she knew it was wrong.
It's like the people that try to hide the murder, and then they're like, well, I'm mentally ill. I didn't know what it was wrong. And it's like, well, why'd you try to hide it, bitch?
Yeah.
Be like, that'd be a lot more believable if you didn't fucking try to bury the body in your basement, motherfucker.
Yeah, the ones that claim it was an accident, but then, no, it was an accident, but I, still decided to...
Oh, there's a lot of that
concrete
shit.
Over it.
There was
watching those police interrogations is fascinating. watching people try to bullshit their way through like murdering
The
somebody.
part that gets me is the number of people who will be like talking about somebody in the past tense because they know they're dead, they murdered that person, but the police still haven't
Yeah.
found the body yet or something. They're still considering it a missing persons. That shit is
Yeah, and
always
they won't point it
crazy.
out.
It's like, how are you that
Yeah, until this.
stupid? How do you not realize that
Yeah.
referring to that person in the past tense is a major red flag? I mean, I'm glad they are
Yeah.
because then they get
Yeah, it's like
caught.
maybe.
But you know,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you do it like once, you're like, okay, maybe that was just a weird incidental thing. But yeah, if you start doing it 2, 3, 4 times, yeah, you know they're dead because you fucking killed them.
yeah.
And you know how they fucking died.
There was one where it's like an Instagram influencer
Yeah.
who murdered her boyfriend. She had stabbed him
Yeah.
multiple times before. I'm like sitting there going like, I
Mhm.
feel bad for him, but not that bad. Because I gotta say,
Yeah.
if I was dating somebody and they tried to stab me, I'd never go back. That'd be the fucking end of it.
Oh yeah, no, you could tell she had
If
gaslit the
that
fuck out of
person
that guy.
actually stabbed me,
But still,
I'd be fucking gone.
yeah, that's yeah,
I mean,
no,
there's no
it's
fucking
you know,
way.
you feel sorry for him, but yeah. And again, I think all of their friends, like even her friends, were like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like what the shit she's doing is fucking horrible. Get the fuck out.
Oh yeah, she was awful. She would
Like,
stab him, yell at him, like constantly berate and talk down to him and stuff, racist stuff to him all the time.
Yeah, and then I saw some of the shit he had said. I was like, oh yeah, she really fucked you up in the head, dude. Because he would be like almost apologetic and be like, oh well, I did this, and so I guess I kind of deserve to get stabbed, or you know, I'm being a little extreme, but not that much.
Yeah.
Like he was literally, you could tell she gaslit the fuck out of him, dude. Like
Oh,
a
yeah.
very effective.
There was this
Job of
one in
gaslight.
Japan where this girl who was one of the, she worked at like a maid cafe or something, and she was dating a guy who she got into the host cafe, which is the male version of a maid cafe. And
Yeah.
I guess he cheated on her, so she stabbed him a bunch of times, but he managed to survive.
Uh-huh.
And even then, this dude was still like, well, I mean, I guess I kind of deserved it. And it's like,
that the
are
one
you
where, like, when the
fucking
cops-
kidding me? You stuck your
Is that
dick
the one
in
where, like, when
someone
the
else.
cops
That's not
showed
a
up-
stab-worthy offense, dude. It's, yeah, she should leave your sorry ass and fucking call you
Right.
all sorts of names in the book, and maybe she punches you in the face or slaps you or something. That might be understandable given the intense emotional fucking issue because you're both in a relationship, but I mean,
Yeah, trying to kill you.
fucking stab
Yeah.
wounds is a totally different thing, bruh. That's not an acceptable response to that for anyone.
Yeah, it's so fucking bizarre, dude. Jeez.
You know what was fucking weird is she has like a cult following of a bunch of people who think she's like the best ever because it makes her like a tsundere, which is like an anime type of character who's like, you know, like
yeah,
abusively
Like
in
a
love
goddess
with somebody.
almost?
Tsundere is like
Oh, okay.
like I love you, but if you ever go with anyone else, I'll fucking kill you. But I'm gonna treat you like shit all the time anyway.
Right.
Because I just can't show that I have that affection. It's the only way I can show affection. I'm too embarrassed or something. It's like the anime gets some weird fucking characters. I don't necessarily watch a lot of stuff with that kind of stuff in it. The things I watch have different stuff in them.
I love that Japan has a fucking phrase, like a fucking phrase for that, something that specific, dude. That's
That's
awesome.
okay. There's also
I mean, fucking
yandere.
horrible.
Yandere is because I love you so much, I want to kill you to because you're too perfect or something.
Oh, dude. There was some guy that named his channel something like that. It wasn't Asian.
Let me
Alright,
look up the meanings because I
yeah.
could be getting these wrong. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of anime with
Yeah.
that type of character because that's
Yeah.
like different genre that I'm into.
Yeah, no, I remember there was a channel called like Yandere Dev or something like that. Yandere Dev, like DEV, like developer DEV, Yandere Dev or something like that. I forget what the story is, but he did
Oh,
some
Sundari
fucked up
characters are
shit
cold
that
and
I cannot
distant.
remember exactly.
They're cold and distant because they're too embarrassed to admit that they like you. So Sundaris are not as bad. They're just sort of like the one who's like kind of rude and off-putting, but they really like the person. And then like the
Okay.
yandere is the one who's like dangerously obsessed, and if the person sleeps with somebody else or goes and talks to somebody else, they would like attack that person or like try to hurt them or murder them or something like that. There's apparently other ones.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, my ex had actually told me that at one point. Like we hadn't been together for like over a year, like completely done, like over a year. So no, if I saw you with another girl, I'm gonna go attack her. I'm gonna go fight her and try to beat her up. Like what the fuck?
Oh,
like why?
Weird.
Wait. Yeah, I guess it's not that weird. She's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah. We are talking about somebody with borderline personality. That's true. Because like, if I saw somebody I was in a relationship with, and they decided to cheat on me with somebody else, I'd leave them. Like that'd just be the end of that relationship, and I'd fucking go find another one. Like it would suck. I'd be really unhappy. I'd say some mean shit. I might yell and
my ex is like
say some rude shit, but yeah, I'm not gonna fucking go fight the other person.
Yeah, no, my ex. Yeah. Oh, maybe it didn't come through, but I'm saying after we were officially broken up for like over a year, she still said she'd beat up
Oh
any girl
my
she
god,
saw
that's insane. Okay, yeah, that's way crazier. I thought it was while you were together still.
Yeah.
Like after you had been together for like a year or something.
No, that would make sense.
I misheard that, or my brain.
No, that would.
My brain may have rephrased that in itself just because it was like, no, that's too crazy. That must not be what he meant. Like.
Yeah. No, that's understandable because I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Like we haven't been together for like a year and a half, and you're gonna try to beat up a fucking girl I'm with?
That's nuts.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Well, didn't you say like every so often she tries to fuck you again? Like.
Yeah.
So it kind of fits with that whole.
But luckily now. Yeah, luckily now with the truck being broken down and fucking. Now my son just drops the dog off all the time, picks him up, so I don't really have any contact with her anymore. So that's good.
That's probably healthier for you, for sure.
Yeah. Indeed.
My God, that is one of the more bonkers statements I've ever heard. I thought it was when you were in a relationship together for a couple of years. So I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of get that. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you'd be very angry if they cheated on you. I can understand that. I wouldn't be angry with the person they cheated with unless that was somebody else I was friends with or related to in some fashion.
Yeah.
Like, if it was my best friend, I'm going to be pissed at him too. But
way after we were
just some random stranger I never met, I would just be like, oh, whatever, dude. This is none of my fucking, like, it hadn't been him, it had been somebody else. Why would I get on this guy's case? Since he had no fucking commitment to me.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Ooh, what do you
it's amazing
do in that situation
the things
if you're
people
the friend
fucking,
that the person wants to cheat
will
with?
say out loud.
Wouldn't that be a miserable situation to be in? Like if you were the friend that somebody's like girlfriend wanted to cheat on them with you. Like, man, that's got to be rough because as the guy's friend, you want to tell him, but there's a certain amount of like they're not going to want to believe it kind of going to happen,
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, man. Yeah, because you're like, fuck, dude, should I tell him this shit or like, again, and if you know your friend, you know whether it's gonna fucking make a difference or not. You know what I mean? Like, I hope he knows me well enough to know I'm not making this up.
Yeah, this isn't something I would make up.
Or doesn't care. There are definitely fucking plenty of people out there that would not care. Uh, yeah, it's fucking nuts, man. Everything good out there, poops? Dude, when I bring the dog out front, it's so fucking funny. He just fucking sits there, stares out into the neighborhood, like he feels like he's the watchdog. He's the fucking neighborhood police.
Makes sense.
It's pretty funny to watch. Yeah, like I'll take him in the side yard. He doesn't fuck with that, but I assume it's the fact that it's like open, like it's not fenced in the front, that he kind of switches into that. He feels like he has to act like a real dog and actually
Oh
keep an eye on
yeah.
shit.
Oh, what was it? Your Pythagoras cup.
Yeah. Or now. Oh yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
But there's other ones like that. So like, that one is one where if you fill it too full, it leaks out the bottom. There's other kinds of glasses where if you drink from it the wrong way, it'll splash wine in your face and then pour out. Like it was meant as like a joke, like Romans would make them to fuck with each other. Bad. So like, you know, you get like a Roman party and they'd be like, I didn't know how to fucking drink his wine, motherfucker, be wearing it, you know, like shit like that. And there were I've seen videos of people where they're passing tobacco pipes around. It's like a cultural thing. They smoke tobacco together, and they've got it set up where if you don't inhale the pipe the right way, it blows powder in your face, like it's a prank.
Jesus, dude. It can be a little dangerous because you might inhale that. You probably inhale it, right? Oh no, I guess it's blowing in your face. Probably, maybe. And,
you know, it's you know, a little wipe away kind of your done thing. But the one I thought was kind of the coolest was there were Japanese teapots that they would make where if you tipped them a certain way, you could pour out from a secret compartment inside like a poisonous cup of tea, and then tip them back a different way, and then pour a normal cup of tea out as well. Like, you could literally pour it from two completely separate places and not have to worry about it being contaminating each other. They were like assassin teapots.
Yeah.
And,
what the fuck?
Those were kind of
cool. I just heard of that before. I can't remember
where. You should check some of it out, because there's some crazy shit out there with that stuff. There's like, that's like the tip of an iceberg of like wacky things people made when they were making cups like with that pottery. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that way back then they were able to figure that shit out. Well, I guess there was a fucking fair amount of civilization. I guess it shouldn't be that surprising.
I think of it this way.
I'm trying to think of when.
What else did they have to do? Like, there was no social media, there was no television, there was no movies. Yeah. If they wanted to hear music, they had to sing or find somebody else to sing or play an instrument. If they wanted to see a film, like we would see a film, they'd have to go to a playhouse and hope that somebody was doing a play. And it was extremely uncommon for anybody to be able to afford either of those things. Well, singing to themselves, sure, but like getting somebody else to do it for you, not cheap. So they had a lot of time to fucking experiment and just make shit. All the time.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Good point.
You know, like
out of sheer boredom,
little kids used to play with the stick and the cup with the ball on the end, with the ball and the string in the cup, and you gotta like. That used to be fucking the height of entertainment, man.
Yeah. Or like the board one where that has the board on the string where you keep hitting it.
Oh yeah.
Or it keeps bouncing back to the board. And
that's kind of fun. It's really hard to do, and then if you get it going too hard, you can end up smacking yourself in the face with that fucking hard little rubber ball. Because I remember I got one of those for Christmas once. It's like a stocking stuffer. You know, like they stuck a bunch of weird little toys like that, where it's like the cup and the ball and the bouncing one on the board, and then like a Chinese finger trap, and there was another one, but I can't remember what it was. It was like one of those things where you roll the little silver balls. It's like a plastic dish, and there's silver balls and then a bunch of little divots. And you got to roll it and get it to stick in all the little divots.
Oh yeah. That
was kind of cool.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, those were kind of fun. Oh, did you see the story about the Uber driver that got killed?
No,
So the
no,
old
I think that
man.
was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think. Are you like a paying subscriber for Nate the Lawyer or something?
No.
Because when I clicked on it, it said you have to be a subscriber to watch
Oh,
this.
so fucking that dude. I like his videos because he's very good at being informative and he does it in a fairly balanced way. Uh, but he's
Yeah,
kind of a dick
yeah.
in that he'll put his videos out for a little while and then after a certain period of time move them to paid subscriber. So if you want to watch like old videos, you have to
Okay.
fucking pay to watch old videos. It's really obnoxious.
Uh,
Um, Usually, if I
yeah,
see the
that's
story
odd.
somewhere else,
Yeah, I
I'll,
would
I'll
think it would
post a
work the
different
other
person's
way.
video, but he's pretty quick on the draw. But yeah, this old dude. Okay, so what happened was
Yeah, that's
somebody scamming this old dude tried to scam him over the phone and said, "Oh, we got your, First they were trying to like make him think that he needed to help his cousin, his nephew or something get out of jail. And then they were saying that we got them hostage and we're gonna fucking kill them and you if you don't give us this money. And then they sent an Uber driver to pick up a
goddamn.
package. And he was supposed to put the money in a package. And then this old man decided to go fucking last action hero and just fucking shot her. Like, this lady had no idea what was going on. She did not have a weapon. She
Whoa.
was not threatening him in any
Holy
way. She was
fuck.
just trying to get away. And she was trying to explain to him, like, I'm just a driver. I don't know what the
Wow.
fuck is going on. So he shot her in the fucking leg when she was trying to leave because he wanted to keep her there for the police. And then he just fucking shot her.
Okay.
And all these
Okay,
people
yeah,
are
I
trying
do.
to
I have
fucking
seen
hold
them. I don't know
water.
if those
There's
kids, but
I think a fair amount of the people are like me, where it's like, yeah, this isn't an action movie. You don't just get to shoot somebody who's not a threat to you like that. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of bullshit the scammer said over the phone.
yeah, no
If
matter what
she's
you heard
not
going into it,
actively threatening
she's
your
clearly,
life with a weapon right there in person, or verbally even threatening
yeah,
your life, you
yeah.
have no excuse to shoot her at
Did
all
she have?
whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah, because she didn't have any weapon at all.
No, nothing.
If
She
that's
was
the
just an
story
Uber
I'm
driver.
thinking
She
of.
thought she was just there to pick up a
Yeah,
package and then go
yeah,
deliver it somewhere. She had no idea what was going on. This is a totally anonymous
yeah, that's
person
right.
hiring her.
Yeah,
Unsurprisingly, they've had a lot of problems with drugs and other illegal substances being shipped through Uber drivers. What a fucking shock, right?
shocking.
Um,
Yeah. Wow.
so like one of the questions they were asking at the end is, well, do you think the guy deserves prison? Yeah, absolutely. Like, just because he was being
Yeah,
threatened
what the
over the
fuck?
phone doesn't give him the excuse to just shoot somebody who's not actively posing a threat to you at all. Like, she was no threat to him at all. So that was dumb
Yeah,
and totally unacceptable. And he should go to prison. However, they should also find that scammer and put that scammer in fucking prison. And
yeah,
they should
yeah.
also
Let him
take a
get fucking
hard look at
charged
this
too.
Uber package delivery shit and be like, maybe that shouldn't be legal. You know what I mean? Because, like, the post office can
Yeah,
screen for, like, drugs and other kinds of things, and usually we'll find a pretty large amount of it when they're shipping stuff. Uber doesn't even have anything to check, much less, like, deal with that kind of
yeah. You're
stuff.
taking
So,
everybody's word for it that you're picking up whatever kind of package they say they're delivering or they're wanting delivered.
yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah,
Like,
there's no drug sniffing dogs or any of that shit. You're just like, oh, okay, this you're sending a box of curtain rods or something, or whatever the fuck it is, and it's actually just some fucking drugs or whatever, or guns or any of that shit. Yeah, you're very much taking the person's word for it that's trying to ship it
yeah, I think drugs has been the
or send it.
primary thing that's been shipped with Uber.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
far
that's
as,
not
like,
surprising
illicit
at
stuff that's
all.
gone through there.
Yeah, that's not surprising in the least, dude.
Yeah, I thought that was funny that there were a lot of people trying to hold water for the guy. Like, no, it's not his fault. Nah, she wasn't threatening him in any way. That's where
Yeah.
that gets
Yeah,
fucking
especially if
weird.
she's saying, look, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, if she's literally saying, look, I'm just an Uber driver and she doesn't have any weapon that she's brandishing at him. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, and not only
Yeah,
is
that's
that, but she's trying to get away from you at the same time. Like she's actively trying to
yeah.
escape. You can't turn around and be like, oh yeah, well, whatever.
Well, yeah, no. Somebody threatened me over the phone. Must have been you, or yeah, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking in his head. But yeah, like, dude, common fucking sense should tell you if she doesn't have a fucking weapon or anything on you. She's literally trying to get away. Like, how do you not think, hey, maybe I should rethink what might be happening here?
You would
Yeah, that's
think.
some bullshit. Trying to fucking
Or why would you not hold her at gunpoint for the police?
yeah, yeah,
Right? You know, it's like, oh, well, you can just call the police, have
yeah,
them show up, and keep her there. Obviously, she
mm,
can't leave. You have a gun. And then
yeah,
once you've already like shot her in the leg, how do you then justify the kill shot after that? Like she's clearly disabled and unable to go anywhere or do anything to hurt you.
yeah,
At that point, there's no
yeah,
excuse for the second shot. Not that there
yeah.
was an
That's
excuse
fucking
for the first
ridiculous.
shot in that case, but I mean, even if you wanted to try to justify the first one, the second one is just there's no excuse. But
Yeah, she's
yeah,
obviously not alleged threat anymore. She's not,
and she was like
she gets
she was like
shot
a
in the fucking
60-year-old woman or
leg.
something. I think she was 60 years old, 60
Yeah,
something.
fuck that guy. Yeah, that guy has just got fucking.
And they're like, well, he's
Yeah, that's
81. He's
ridiculous.
old. He doesn't know any better. I don't care.
What? Yeah, okay.
I'm
Well,
kind of
instead of
tired of
sending
that
him
kind
to
of
a retirement
excuse.
home that he should have been on, yeah, instead of being supervised in the retirement home, we're gonna have him supervised in prison instead. How about that?
Yeah. Well, and 81 years old is old enough to know better. I'm sorry. He should know more, not less.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they're trying to make the excuse that. Yeah, what the
Excuse that.
fuck?
Sorry, I heard excuse that, and then he went dead.
Oh no, I'm wondering if they're like saying that he's senile or something, and like that's why it's okay. Like they're saying he's 81, he's senile or
I
something.
mean, if that was the
Well,
case,
unless
then why is he not in a home or some sort of care facility? Why
yeah,
is he home alone?
yeah, that's why I said. Well, we'll have him supervised now for sure.
Yeah.
He's supervised in prison instead.
Agreed, and that's where he belongs, in prison.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people out there with some hot fucking takes
yeah,
that just don't know.
yeah. That's pretty nuts.
Ooh, I'm gonna make a
I got a
Venezuelan
phone call
sandwich.
threatening.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh no, I was just saying. The guy's like, I got a phone call from threatening. You showed
Yeah.
up with no weapons at all, so I'm gonna shoot you
Yeah,
when you're trying to leave.
my first response if somebody's calling me up and making threats over the phone is I'm gonna call the police. Like I'm not gonna waste
Yeah,
my time like pretending to be afraid and be concerned and
yeah,
hiding or whatever.
yeah.
I'm
Why
gonna
would you
fucking
even?
call the cops and they can go to jail. Like whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, yeah, that's odd. Why even go out? I would just stay inside first of all. If you think there's something that's threatening to fucking kill you or whatever, stay inside and call the fucking cops. Why are you going outside with the fucking weapons? That seems like a bad choice, even if there was a fucking threat coming at you. Fuck that. Let them try to break in and shoot them as soon as they cross your threshold of your fucking door.
Hell yeah.
And like, why are you gonna go out to fucking? Yeah, let me go out in the open where it's gonna be easier for him to possibly kill me.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole thing was just fucking sad. It's really sad what
Yeah,
happened, and I maybe he deserves a small amount of leniency, but honestly, I kind of just don't feel like it,
yeah,
Because
it's a
somebody
tough sell.
you've already disabled them by shooting in the leg once, and they're completely not a threat to you. The second shot at that point is just unjustifiable.
Yeah, if you're stopped at the fucking the wounding, that'd be one thing. But yeah, Yeah, the kill shot is definitely the fucking. Yeah, that's game over, man.
Yeah, that was so sad. Oh, I'm making a
Yeah.
Venezuelan
Dude, isn't that
sandwich.
Venezuelan sandwich? The fuck is that?
It's called a pepito. It's like a skirt steak sandwich. So you marinate skirt steak in like cumin and brown sugar and Worcestershire and salt and garlic, right? And then you
All
cook it up
right.
and slice it into thinner, relatively thin slices. Put it on your bread with
Yeah.
lettuce, tomato, and potato sticks, which are like potato chips but like stick form. And then you're supposed to
Hmm.
add a little ketchup and mayonnaise, and then they have a avocado based sort of salsa thing called guacacasa, or no,
All
guasacaca.
right.
It's like avocado,
Interesting.
cilantro, parsley, onion, and vinegar and oil blended up together. And you can add jalapeno if you want a little spicy kick. Like I would like a spicy kick in that. I think that'd be good, but not everybody does. So the jalapeno is
Yeah.
optional. Yeah, you blend
I
it all
love.
up in a blender, and it's like a green salsa
I
kind of
love.
thing. But yeah, it
I love a
sounds.
good house, dude. I love the taste of jalapenos. God damn, that is some good shit. Yeah, when I would make guacamole, I would use yeah, a bunch of crunched up jalapenos.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Cook
yeah.
them obviously so they're mushy or whatever, and mix that in with the fucking the avocado and mayo or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. Jalapenos have a very
That is some
nice,
good shit.
mild level of spice. And it's really easy to control the level of
Yeah,
spice of jalapenos because like you can
really
you
good
can
taste.
leave the seeds in for a much spicier choice, or you can take them out for a much more mild spice. I like how easily
Yeah,
adjustable that is. Somebody
dude, it's
somebody sent
funny
me a
because I
picture of
used
a
to
Pepitos.
dude, I had for fucking I guess decades. I had only eaten like pickled jalapenos, so I didn't realize like a non-pickled one is going to be spicier.
Ah,
Because I remember getting it on like a burger, and I'm like, "Whoa, these are way hotter than jalapenos normally are." And I'm like, "Oh, they're
oh, I
not
never thought about that,
pickled.
but you're
They're
right. Yeah, because I used to snack on the pickled ones. Like I just open a can and eat
yeah,
them because they were
yeah,
really mild. Like they were spicy, but they weren't that spicy.
yeah,
Oh
yeah." I
yeah, the
love
vinegar
that
kills the
flavor, dude.
spice.
The
That makes
jalapenos
sense.
got a great flavor, man. Yeah, yeah. I think I ate it like a Five Guys, and I put out because I love jalapenos on a burger. But yeah, it was an actual fresh jalapeno, and I'm like, holy fuck, this is actually burning. What the fuck is going on? I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this
Yep.
is fresh. This is not pickled. It's different.
It falls
Yeah,
into the
somehow
line of
I lived in Arizona for like
oh, Arizona because you're in Arizona.
yeah, I lived in Arizona for like 20 years, and I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I didn't really think about that, but now that you mention it, it's always been a little spicier when it was a fresh one versus a pickled one. But I like jalapenos because it falls into that realm of spicy, but not ruining the flavor. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because they're
yeah. No,
spicy where
I
like
love that. Yeah, I
it
love
makes the flavor
jalapeno
more
flavor.
intense. Like you get more. It makes you get that flavor more intensely. But then there's also like spicy where it's just super hot and there's no flavor other than burning.
Yeah, yeah, I don't understand that, dude. And I'm like, yeah, I don't eat spicy shit to eat spicy shit. I eat spicy shit because it tastes good. You know what I mean? So like, oh, this is super hot. Try this. Yeah, so all right, does it taste good? Like, is it worth the burn? Like, if it's really like, yeah, the ex's grandfather, her tata or whatever, would make this fucking salsa that was so fucking tasty, but it was fucking hot as hell, dude. But I would, it would be worth it because it was that good.
Mm.
Because I remember, like, when I first started going over there, like, first met her family and shit. Yeah, her thought that would be like, this white boy will eat this stuff, and my own fucking sons won't eat it.
Hell yeah.
I thought that
Hell
was pretty
yeah, I'm
funny.
gonna eat that spicy food. It's good. My friend sent me, my friend from
Yeah,
Venezuela
yeah,
sent me
that's
a
exactly
picture
what I
of
told him. Like,
a little Instagram reel of Pepitos sandwiches while we were chatting about them. That's funny.
nice.
While we were chatting about spice at that point.
Yeah, check it out.
Oh, now people are making fun of me for they're talking about how good cilantro is. No, unacceptable.
Oh fuck.
Oh, there's a guy I was
Are they
seeing on YouTube lately. He's like an ex-convict or whatever. He's all tatted up. JD Delay or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'm wrong, and I hope that I am. But like at first it seemed like all of his videos were about pedophiles getting like beat up or something or caught. And now there's like some other stuff in there once in a while, but it's the majority of his stuff is still content about like pedos who got caught or who got caught by those fucking To Catch a Predator YouTube channels that don't do anything other than make smarter pedophiles because you can't use any of what they none of what they have can be used in court, so you can't arrest them. So it's like it's stupid. Yeah, it's a waste of everybody's time. And it makes the pedophiles less likely to be caught by people who can use what they have in court. But most of his stuff is about that. So I was just like, man, he's definitely a pedophile, right? Like it's gonna be like that's how that works. 90% of the fucking time, the people that are obsessed with pedophiles turn out to be pedophiles, right? Like, am I wrong, or is it seems to be the track record?
Was it the guy that sounded like he was cutting a wrestling promo? Was that the one?
He keeps saying chomo and stuff like that. Yeah. He's got his arms are tatted up from his wrist to his elbow, presumably higher.
Yeah,
big beard, no mustache.
The guy with the giant beard. Yeah. It literally sounded like he was cutting a wrestling, like cutting a fucking, like we were listening to fucking. Sense.
Yeah, you kind of roboted a second for a couple of words, so I didn't catch that part. But you're talking about the same guy.
Right, I got you.
So. But like, I saw like 5 or 6 of his videos pop up in my little feed of like random YouTube shorts that I was scrolling through, and it was just like, man, this guy's gonna turn out to be a pedophile. I fucking know it, right? Like, it's just like. Yeah. That just seems to be how it works on YouTube. The more obsessed they are with pedophiles, the more likely they are to be one at the end of the day.
Yeah, he was a little overzealous, suspiciously overzealous.
But man, he's got some retarded people following him. Holy shit. Because I left a comment on one of the videos where I was like, yeah, it sucks that guy's going. I'd rather see him take a dirt nap than walk away because he was trying to meet a 13-year-old for sex or whatever he thought he was. But there's no legal evidence there. Nothing that those people gathered is admissible in court. So, of course, the police can't arrest him. Why are you mad at the police? Like, they have to follow the law. They can't just willy-nilly do something because you don't like the crime.
Yeah.
But people get so mad about that, it's just like, number one, that dude's definitely a fucking pedophile. But number two, like, what did you expect? Like, there's no evidence that you can use in that case, sadly. Like, so the police can't do anything, unfortunately. But,
dude, who's that one? There's that guy, Vitelli. I don't know if you remember. He had a fair amount of YouTube fame back years ago. But yeah, now he's doing this fucking pedo hunter shit. but he's making the same kind of mistakes where the person, like, they're just outing the person, but not involving the cops or anything to where they can get arrested.
Well,
Nope.
because
Leave
nothing
the kitty
they've
alone.
done can be used in court. So
Leave
the
the kitty alone.
problem. You're talking to your dog. Sorry.
Yeah.
The problem is
Yeah,
he
sorry.
fits in with the same problem as a lot of the Catch a Predator clones out there, which is that they're
Yeah.
not police. Nothing they do. There's nothing they can do that's going to be usable in court. Because first and foremost, a lot of what they do is
Yeah.
basic entrapment. So like that would nullify it even if they were involving the police. You can't go out and like advertise yourself as a 13-year-old looking for a hot 40-year-old to pick you up. Because essentially the thing is like that maybe that guy wasn't looking for that, and maybe he would never have looked for that had you not put it in front of him. Is the argument. I don't know.
Yeah.
That I necessarily agree with that argument, but it is the legal argument, and whether I agree with it or not, it is the one that works.
Yeah.
So doesn't matter what I think.
Yeah, that's the
how
way
it works.
That's the way the law works.
And to be fair,
Yeah.
like there are
Yeah,
probably
it's
people who
like,
have been busted for buying drugs who would never have been looking for drugs had somebody not come up and offered it to them who was a cop. So that's a fair point. Like the cops shouldn't be able to lie to you to that level. I don't think. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, it would be one thing if they learned that lesson, and the guy that busted
well,
EDP.
the problem
you
is
remember
a lot of
EDP,
those
the big
people
fat
do
black
learn
guy?
their lesson and then they never get caught again. Fucking, that's the real.
Yeah,
sad
no.
part.
I'm not talking about the fucking.
Oh, the ones trying to catch
I'm not
them. I
talking
know
about
what
the
you're talking
pedos.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You remember the guy that busted EDP, the huge fat black guy?
Yeah.
The
Didn't he
guy
get
was
caught
like,
being
no,
a
I'm just going to meet her
pedophile?
to get a cupcake or whatever. Okay, yeah, so EDP got busted by that guy for being a pedo or whatever. Yeah, nothing could be done to fucking get EDP arrested off all that shit. What that guy did after that was go to the authorities and say, okay, how do I have to do this where I can, bust these guys and you also arrest them? So he actually fucking at least learned his lesson and went to the authorities to figure out how he could do it, where they do get arrested. So he's actually now putting people in prison. You know what I mean? Like he's actually getting people arrested when he busts them.
If he's managed to figure out how to do that, that's pretty good because it must be a state-specific thing because you really shouldn't be allowed to just use random shit that random people fucking pulled off the internet in court as evidence. That seems dodgy to me. Not that I'm not happy he's getting pedophiles off the street. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, is that a dangerous precedent to set where some random fucking YouTuber can get people put in prison? Like, I don't know about that. Unless he's working directly with the police.
I think it's similar to what, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's you went to the police and.
Well, no. See, I'm saying,
if you're overtaxed,
did he go to the police and just ask them for advice, or did he go to the police and actually start working with them? Because it's one thing if he's working with the cops. That I'm fine
I'm
with.
not sure the specifics.
But if he just was like,
give me some
pointers, all right, thanks for the advice, I'm going to go do this again, and it'll work this time. Like, that's weird to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, whatever he did, he's getting people arrested.
That's pretty good. If they're actually facing real charges for what they were doing and potentially going to prison, then good, because you're getting people off the street that are going to hurt kids. So that's definitely good. I would say that's very respectable.
Yeah. So however they're able to do it, it's not like are you familiar with Mama Max and that whole fucking crazy situation?
Mama who?
Mama Max.
No,
MAMA and then Max MAX.
No, I'm not.
Okay, it was this dude that was fucking. He had this fucking channel, a fucking huge amount of subscribers and shit, where he was talking about busting people for being pedos or whatever. And he was doing shit like he had one specific guy, some black dude that was pretending he was a fucking werewolf vampire thing or whatever, and he had a little cult thing going on. I guess he knew some chick that fucking ended up getting into the cult or whatever. So he was, built up all this fame going after like this guy and all this shit. I'm not sure exactly how he got famous. He got pretty goddamn famous. Like he was friends with like Mudahar and people, like the guy from Some Ordinary Gamers and all these other famous YouTubers. And then when it came down to it, it turned out he has done absolutely nothing to help any of them. Like, yeah, fucking, what do you call it? God damn it. He had like a Patreon where he was making tens of thousands of dollars a month from people thinking that he's actually doing work to get these people busted. And then it comes out, what happened is the reason that it all came crashing down on him, as he was literally like fucking trying to shame big YouTubers into fucking like shouting out his channel and shit. Like literally saying, dude, he would do this weird thing where he was making his voice modulated to this weird voice change thing where it was really deep. Like it would be like, no, you need to do this, or I'm gonna out you as, loving pedos. And he would do it to like Moist Critical, like big YouTubers. He would try to like fucking threaten them into fucking shouting out his channel and him hunting pedos.
Yeah,
and then it turned out he has done absolutely nothing. He's got nobody arrested. He's done
absolutely. Talk about my channel and your fucking videos. I'm gonna tell everybody you're a pedophile. That's fucked up. I don't know about that. That cuts some of my respect for the guy off.
Yeah.
Whether he's getting people to prison or not.
Yeah. So he turned out to be completely full of shit. Yeah, because at one point he had kind of like alluded to getting people arrested, and then they actually like after came up, you're fucking bullying people. They started digging in, and he's like, no, actually, no. There's nobody that I know that we actually helped to get arrested. And he had like alluded to that before, like he had done that.
Wow.
So kind of fucking built up some fake credibility for it. And yeah, it turned out to be really fucking gross, dude. But yeah, he.
These people turn out to be pretty fucking gross, sadly. Story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it turned out he did not give a shit about actually, but he was going after this weird fucking werewolf vampire with this little cult, which sounds exploitative and sounds like he's doing some fucked up shit. But he literally did nothing to fucking take the guy down. What are you doing? Nope, leave it.
To move off of pedophiles, because that just gets depressing the more you talk about it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Was it? Did you see? Oh, they're giving free alcohol to homeless people in San Francisco, up to the tune of $5 million a year in costs. That's fucking wonderful. What was the other one?
Yeah, it fucking makes sense. Christ.
Oh, do you see the teacher getting his hair braided? That story was wacky.
No.
So this is not a sexual thing, and I agree that it's not a sexual thing. It was a high school teacher who had a bunch of his students and other students from the school that were the same age, like I think it's like junior high or whatever. He let these girls braid or unbraid his hair or something on like a live stream, which is like obviously a clear like
that's sort of weird.
It's a little weird, but I think he's being honest when he's saying like it wasn't intended to be sexual. But what it is, and what everybody's talking about, and that I agreed with, was an incredibly clear lack of appropriate boundaries. Like, you're the teacher, they're the students, that's not acceptable. Also, why are you filming your students on social media and posting them online? Like, that's not okay. I don't think that any teacher that should. No teacher should be posting anything with their students online. I don't care what it is or how. Like that should be the sole realm of the parents to decide whether or not their children are allowed to post stuff online, what age they're allowed to start doing it, and how much supervision they need to be under to put stuff online. You know, that's really shouldn't have nothing to do with the teachers.
Yeah.
Teachers are not there to do like teach kids how to use Instagram. That's not how that works.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels any physical touch between teachers and students seems a little weird to me.
Well, I
Even
mean,
if it's
you know,
not
like
sexual. Seems like that should have been.
like one of my high school teachers kicked me in the ass at the fucking mall one time. Not like hard, but enough to kind of surprise and startle me. And to be fair, it was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
And then he just was giggling and ran away. Like fucking.
What the fuck?
Dude was a whack job.
Right.
He was a fucking great math teacher though. Like, but I'm saying like there's that's kind of like a casual funny thing versus like there's a level of intimacy when you're doing somebody's hair.
Yeah,
but I've also seen people give teachers hugs and stuff. Like, I get it. There can be a connection there, but there's as the teacher, you got to have boundaries between you and your students, and having them do your hair is fucking weird. Especially if you're a male student and they're female student, or you're a male teacher and they're female students. Because you may not be interested in them, but if they're interested in you, like that's really dangerous. For their like,
that's what I'm saying. Anything, whether it's sexual or not, I feel like any kind of
that's what I'm saying. Like it's more about boundaries being violated than sexuality, like being inappropriate. It's like no, that's a real clear violation of boundaries.
Like nowadays, how can you not know that?
Yeah.
What's up, Samaj? How's things?
Hey, how you all doing? You still alive? I see.
Yep, we're still alive.
Yeah, hanging in there.
Still living in California?
Yeah, sadly. Unless you got a whole lot of money to help me move out.
No. Although the best I could say in that regard is start hitchhiking.
I have enough money right now, so it's kind of tough.
Very inexpensive.
I mean, if you're making it work, I guess. Although I don't know. Hitchhiking might be your only option.
Yeah, who knows? They might try to take away my vehicle sooner or later at this point.
I mean, if they're going to try and take your vehicle, I just say start hopping.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, who knows? Because it's California. There's no, like, imminent threat to my vehicle.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. If you have the wrong ideas, they'll take your shit.
You have to understand, if you're driving a gas guzzler, that's going to be illegal pretty soon.
No, my car's pretty economical as far as gas goes. It's pretty decent. It's like one of the newer SUVs that like it has pretty good gas mileage, not like a gas burning one. Because they used to be like really bad at burning gas, like all the old SUVs, but like the Ford Explorers and stuff of the '90s and shit, Toyota 4Runners, those would burn up a ton of gas because they were really sports utility vehicles. Like you could take them out four-wheeling if you wanted. But I drive a Hyundai Tucson. And it's just a bigger car. It's not really an SUV. Like, there's no actual sport utility part of it. It is a vehicle. But, like, I would never drive it off-road because I'd have to be out of my fucking mind. It would never last. It would just fall apart. Driving on the cars in the freeways, no problem. And I just put wind deflectors on it, so it's probably even more economical now.
Yeah, but that's up to who's ever in charge and whether or not that's even remotely feasible. They may just change their mind at any point.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure at some point they're going to try to do away with gas-powered vehicles. They've been talking about doing that for a while. With California, it's like a constant threat that they're going to make all the vehicles on the road have to be like electric eventually. But the way they're talking about doing it is restricting the sales of cars that are gas-powered. So that, like, you couldn't buy a gas-powered car in California. But they can't, like, ban you from driving them. So,
yeah. Okay, so it's more like get away with it if you can.
Exactly. Well, get all my shit in order, save up money. And be ready to flee when I finally get enough. But You know, like it takes time, especially when you don't make a lot of money and you live in California. So saving is not easy to do.
Well, you're not wrong. It's not an easy job to do, but I mean, what else can you do, really? You just gotta power through. Anyway, speaking of California, so I had a couple of questions about California, what you think about certain things. I was just curious. Um, let's see, I think I put this in general, a little screenshot I took of California. If you were to break up California into sections and classify them under the like into 7 sections and classify them as this area is best represents like a certain part of the 7 deadly sins. Do you think you could do that, something like that? Because I'm working on, I'm brainstorming a little idea for a story about saying making California the most sinful place in the world in the last holy couple.
Let's see. Los Angeles would definitely be what do you call it? I can't think of the names of the 7 deadly sins, but like
I put it in the general chat as well.
narcissism, whatever the narcissism sin is, that would be Los Angeles.
Gee.
Yeah, what the fuck is the name? What is the actual sin?
Pride.
Well, okay. I put
Pride would be
yeah,
Los
Pride.
Angeles.
Okay, that's just underneath the map in the general chat. So we have lust, gluttony, pride, sloth, wrath. Greed,
Los Angeles would be the pride area for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Lust would probably work pretty well too.
Um,
Lust and pride would definitely be the two. I feel
Oakland would probably be wrath. Let's see.
San Francisco, maybe greed. Is greed one of the 7?
I was gonna say Lake Tahoe because there's gambling there.
That works.
Well, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Although you make a fairly good point too.
Well, sloth is laziness and lack of effort, and I'm like, what's the city that has like the most homelessness?
Oh, that's like Los Angeles and San Francisco. So San Francisco would probably be your best bet there.
Okay, all right.
Those are the 2 worst. Because I feel like pride is like Los Angeles is just pride is they really have it.
Yeah. Probably even more. Yeah, lust is there too, but that would be secondary to pride. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay. I thought I was a smart man. I'd start writing the shit down.
Was it Palm Springs? Didn't Palm Springs used to have a lot of porn shot there?
Ooh, yeah.
I want to say that was an area because they shoot a lot of porn around Los Angeles area.
Yeah, I thought it was I remember hearing the San Fernando Valley, big porn area.
Yeah, so the San Fernando Valley would be like the lust, I think.
Yeah.
Sloth would be.
That's that.
Oh, definitely Monterey.
Thing.
Monterey's like one of those areas where everybody's like super rich and doesn't have to do anything. And they just like chill out at the beach all the time. That's definitely like sloth for sure.
That could be sloth, yeah. Let's see. Just leave all of San Diego County out of your deadly. That place is awesome.
I want to say areas like Eureka and Redding, and maybe Sacramento Valley would be good for murder. Because those are a lot of areas around where at least around Eureka and Redding are a lot of areas where they grow a lot of fucking illegal drugs out in the fucking middle of the forest and kill people and shit.
Envy you.
So maybe that'd be Wrath.
Eureka.
I thought Oakland was Wrath.
Oh yeah, Oakland has a lot of fucking violence too. Yeah, Oakland would be Wrath for sure.
I'm trying to think of envy. Yeah, because Californians are a little. I don't think they're envious of anywhere else.
Well,
For the
envy is
most part.
like it says here, jealousy towards another's happiness. So, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
the whole of California seems like it would be kind of jealous because it's like other states are doing it better. Like I remember, like Gavin would constantly bash Florida, and it's like, good luck with that.
Oh, Florida's in the process of
Yeah,
not having actually done it now, of making some forms of pedophilia punishable by execution. So
See,
some forms
fucking
of
oh
great.
molesting
shit,
children. Yeah, I
Good.
just saw something about that
nice.
today. Let me Google that real quick.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's like, good
Wow.
God. I mean, Florida just looks more and more based every day.
Dude. Yeah, boy, look how quickly they got onto the fucking. They passed a law quickly. That bull. Or at least try to.
See, in April of 2023,
The rest of them were
Florida
like, oh
legislature
no, they got
passed a bill
rights.
allowing the death penalty for sexual battery of a child under the age of 12. So it's been going since 2023. I'm surprised we haven't heard about that before. I didn't realize it had been going that long.
Wow.
So yeah, definitely based
That is
on
a great
Florida.
deterrent, I would think.
And that's pretty reasonable. A child under 12, I think that's something a lot of people would agree with. Can't really think of anybody who would disagree with that, other than actual
that's
child molesters.
fucking.
Maybe Fresno for envy. I don't know. Like that. That's just kind of.
Yeah, it'd have to be somewhere inland. Yeah, there's gonna be one. Yeah, that shit going on.
Yeah, I think that's as much as I can think of. I can't really. Like, wrath and greed and pride and gluttony and lust are fairly easy, but sloth and envy, I don't know.
Well, sloth, like I said, like
sloth would be like Monterey. Then that would make sense because there's just a lot of people that don't do anything out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people who just chill out and fucking. They don't have to work real hard. They're all super like wealthy. Most of it's inherited wealth.
All right, Monterey. So, I was trying to find these sections on the map, but I can't find them because I'm not. It's probably not a very good map. I just sort of grabbed it. So what do we
Monterey's what? Somewhere between LA and San Francisco, right? On the coast, somewhere
Yeah,
between
it's on
LA
the
and
coast,
San Francisco.
just south of San Francisco.
Closer to San Francisco. Yeah, I was gonna say it's closer to San Francisco. Yeah.
It's on your map, Monterey.
Monterey?
The one you posted.
Is it?
So it's on the
Yeah, that's a
leftmost
fairly well
side,
known.
just under the big funky looking bay, like a smaller bay.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Yeah.
Well,
I always confuse it with Morro Bay, which is a much smaller town, I believe.
Oh, I wasn't too far away from spelling it correctly. All right. Look at me go.
Yeah,
okay,
I don't know where envy would be. That's the one where I got nothing. Like, you could probably pick any area.
Fresno,
See, I would think
Fresno, close enough.
I would think envy would be somewhere on like on the border of the state, maybe in was that Nevada?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Redding or something north towards Oregon.
No, Blythe. Blythe is right on the border of like Arizona and California, right along I-10 there. They probably got some envious shit going on. Middle of the desert, hot as fuck.
What did you say it was? Bryce or Rice?
No, Blythe. It's a weird one. B like boy, L-Y-T like Thomas, H-E.
Sorry. Can you spell that again? Just the letters.
B like. My headset's dying. B like boy, L-Y. Here, I'll put it in the fucking.
I believe it's B-L-Y-T-H-E.
Discord. Hold on. E.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What did you think? Was
down by the
again?
Colorado River, southmost under the Mojave Desert.
Oh, I see it. I see it on the map. Okay, all right, I see it now.
Yeah, it's right on the border up Interstate 10 in Arizona,
Envy.
California border.
What's that fucking lawless area in California in the south? What's it called? It's not on the map because it's
El
not an
Centro?
actual city. Slab Town.
Desert Center?
No,
Oh,
Slab Town.
mm,
If you've never heard of Slab Town,
I've never heard of that. I have not.
oh no, that's
There.
in Portland. No, that's in California. Maybe I'm saying the wrong name. Slab City is in California. So Slab City is basically an unincorporated off, like there's no sewage, electricity or anything, but a bunch of people like move down there to live in like trailers and do meth. So that could
Fun.
potentially be envy, I guess, because maybe they envy everyone else or something. But it's weird because it's a bunch of fucking meth head junkies 90% of the year, and then like 10% of the year there's just a bunch of tourists that go hang out with them. Because the
See,
police
That's
don't go
fucking
out there
weird.
unless you call them. Like the police will go out there. There is laws. A lot of people can call it like the lawless area. There are laws. Police will go out there. They will arrest people, but it's going to take a while. So shit's going to go down before they get there.
Yeah.
And also, like if you
When
go
they get
and
around
like
to it, if
park
they're
your
in the
van
area.
because you're doing the fucking van life and you heard about Slab City from a YouTube video, and you want to go like hang out down there, be careful because you park in the wrong area, people can steal your shit and kick your ass. Like you have to be fucking retarded to go down there. You know what? That
It'll be
that
3
makes
days
sense
before
because
the
they'll
cops
steal
show
your
up.
shit in a second. Envy.
yep.
Yeah,
That
that's pretty
sounds
good.
that sounds perfect. Yeah, I might look into.
I was going to say anywhere along Interstate 8, probably, from the Arizona border through almost to the coast. There's a lot of shitty areas. It's just desert with a bunch of shitty little towns along the way. There's very little going on in that whole.
Yeah, essentially, Slab City is the place no one else wants to live. So all the people that want to do horrible, like fucked up shit all the time, well, not that, but they just want to be like free technically. So they live out there because no one's going to bother them because they're like, well, they live in hell, so why would we bother?
Yeah, like living there is punishment enough. Let them be.
Yeah.
That
So
sounds
basically, nobody whose life is going great is ending up there.
Yeah, it's essentially it's way down in the south in the desert, and it was a military town or something, or it was gonna be a military town. And I forget it's either all the houses got demolished and taken out, but all the slabs they were built on, all the foundations are still there. So people moved out and lived on the slabs, or it was gonna be a military town and they built all the slabs but never built the houses. So a bunch of people moved in and lived on the slabs.
Ooh, that's a little bit of history there. That's it. That sounds interesting.
Well, van like van life
crazy.
shit, like it's all over now and it's super kitschy and fashionable.
Yeah.
When it first started getting up and blowing up big, it was not like this fashionable cool thing. You actually got like people who are doing YouTube videos about like the reality of it, like what it's really like, and the fact that it's really hard and it's not the best way to live. You're much better off living in a house, but it's doable if you have no money and no other options, and it's way better than living on the street. You know what I mean? Like ending up like losing your apartment and being on the street. Much better to move into a van, shit in a bucket, and be able to throw your shit away and not like, live on the street and die horribly of exposure. So, and Slab City was one of the big areas that a lot of van lifers would talk about going to, because it's one of the few places where like no one's gonna fuck with you other than like the other people. Yeah. Like you don't have to worry about the cops are not gonna kick you out and make you move on. So if you wanted to go in the winter when it's not as hot and like hang out there for like 2 months, you could do it very, very inexpensively. As long as you're able to protect your shit and keep people from stealing your shit. And it was, and now that it's bigger, it's way more meth heads out there than it used to be.
Mm.
So, but a lot of people still think it's like this fun place to go. Woo! It's gonna be parties. It's like,
Wow.
nah.
So, okay, before I forget, or if we move on there, because I didn't write it down. Where did we say like the others were again? Like Lust.
Oh, Lust.
It's like the porn
San
capital.
Fernando Valley.
Yeah, San Fernando Valley. I don't think that one's marked on the map, but it is. It is one of the.
Yeah, I don't
valleys.
know what. I'm trying to think of the cities because it's kind of part of the LA area,
And
right?
it's FERNANDO.
Or at least inland a little bit.
Fernando.
So every time I hear San Fernando Valley, whenever I hear about that area there, I think of actually Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like the Fernando the Bull that was in all the cartoons way back.
No, so like at the climax of the movie when the Ghostbusters are fighting the big bad, the guy who comes out of the painting, and Peter Venkman's trying to buy time, so he's trying to talk to the bad guy there, and he makes mention about this beautiful San Fernando Valley, and he says it like that, and that line just stuck with me my entire life. So I always thought to myself, I'm going to retire there when I'm old. Peter Venkman said it was great,
and they made a lot of porn there, so that definitely fits Lust.
Okay, yeah, that's where I'm talking about. Porn. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah, it looks like there is an actual city called San Fernando there.
Yeah,
Burbank is part of the San Fernando Valley, Hidden Hills, Universal City. Yeah, Burbank's where, that's associated with like fucking movies. Well, TV studios.
Burbank, San Fernando, the San Fernando Valley had a lot of porn shots.
So that one's not going to work great.
So, do we know?
I was trying to narrow it down to like city. Calabasas? Topanga? No, Topanga's like a rich spot, right?
Yeah.
I think Topanga's a pretty well off place. Yeah, I was just trying to narrow it down to a city, but yeah.
Well, it's more like
I don't think any of these are going to work for that. Yeah, I would just go with the whole valley. Yeah,
I'm just trying to break it off into sections, because the general idea is it's going to be like this. This couple is going to fight demons and stuff, like the 7 Deadly Sins, and they're going on a road trip all throughout California. And they'll stop at places and fight off demons. So each section has to represent. So I'm actually trying to break down the entire state into different sections. So I just need a general idea, and then I'll try to break it off into there. So I got Lust, Sloth, and Envy, and then what was? Do we know what Gluttony was?
You have Lust, Sloth, and Envy. Gluttony. What did we say Gluttony was?
Oh yeah, what was Gluttony?
I don't think that was one we did find.
No.
I think we were still trying to figure that one out. Wrath. I thought we talked. I don't know.
That was Oakland, right? You said Oakland's good for Wrath.
Oh, you know what? Sacramento. Sacramento, the capital. That makes sense for Gluttony. You've got all those greedy politicians that are taking all the money that's supposed to be going to the rest of the state into their own pockets. So the Sacramento Valley would be a good area for Gluttony.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, California it's one of those states, kind of like how New York is, where the capital is nowhere near the biggest city.
Wait.
As far as population.
You said for
Sacramento's pretty good.
So you mentioned the greed. Would that be for Gluttony, or do you think that'd be better for greed?
I would go Lake Tahoe for greed, because that's where gambling and stuff happens. So the Lake Tahoe area, because it's right next to Reno, and that's where all the gambling and stuff goes on. You could also go in the Sonoma County area for Indian reservations where they have gambling for greed.
Well, I'll stick with what we got here. All I need now is Wrath and Pride. I gotta run to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, Pride is easy. That's Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then Wrath is Oakland area.
Lost is East LA. Yeah. Yeah, you can put Lost as East. Basically East LA, kind of, right?
Honestly, Wrath and Pride could both be in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah, Lost too.
Well, we figured
silly
out
shit going on in
we
the
got
LA
Lust
area.
done. We don't need to do Lust again. Let's not start going back into them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh, even Fresno has more fucking a bigger population than Sacramento. Wow.
there's a lot of
Huh.
really big cities in California. A lot of really big cities.
Oh yeah, no, I'm aware. You know which one everybody forgets about is San Jose. Like San Jose has 1 million people, and people don't seem to recognize that one as a big city for some reason.
Yeah.
Or in
Wrath
California, I
could
assume you
also
do,
be
but
San
everywhere
Diego. San
else,
Diego's got a bunch of fucking military bases.
no,
Am I
nope,
wrong?
nope.
San Diego doesn't have
San Diego is
military?
perfect in every way, dude. San Diego is perfect in every way, dude.
Oh, maybe
I'm
that's
kidding.
Pride.
I like San Diego.
Maybe San Diego
Yeah,
would be a
it's
good
weird
one
because
for
I
Pride, and Los
despise
Angeles would
LA.
be good for Wrath
Yeah.
because you get all those ghettos around Los Angeles County that are super fucking violent. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
well,
maybe San Diego
it's
for
kind
Pride.
of like the further you get away from the ocean. Yeah, because remember that Poe, the place where the bitch, the
Oh,
superintendent was
Napa and
for
Sonoma
not cheering
County
for
for
her fucking daughter.
Pride, because that's where all the wineries and all the food and stuff comes
Oh yeah,
from.
yeah,
That would be good for Pride. Napa
yeah,
and
yeah.
Sonoma
That's pretty
County,
obnoxious.
and then Los Angeles area for Wrath, I think. No, I gotta piss like a motherfucker because he was
Yeah.
supposed to be done, but he's coming back.
Oh fuck.
I'm sure you're close too, no doubt.
Oh, shit, where yeah, but I can wander around and pee.
Oh,
And
you're in the
you
backyard. You can just go
can
pee wherever you want, huh?
That's not too bad. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I'm inside, but I'm just saying, like, if I use wireless headset, so
Oh,
I
fair
don't even need
enough.
the phone to necessarily be with me if I have to pee. Yeah. So
Oh,
Sacramento is
apparently.
actually the sixth largest city at 523,000.
Oh, I wonder what the most violent city in California is.
I would guess Oakland.
I think it is.
Maybe not.
Violent crime.
Violent
Let's see. The
crime
most dangerous cities in California based on
per
FBI violent crime data.
capita.
Number one is Stockton. Number three is Oakland.
The fuck, isn't that way inland?
Yeah, I don't know if it's on his map. Let's see. I don't see it. We'll say Stockton for the most violent, for Wrath, for sure. And then we'll go with Los Angeles for Pride. Because I feel like Los Angeles for Pride kind of works. The whole movie city, LA and all that kind of Los Angeles, Hollywood. Or you know what? Hollywood is kind of like a suburb of Los Angeles. So we'll say Hollywood specifically for Pride. And then Stockton for Wrath because it's the most violent city in California. Most violent crime.
Yeah. Yeah, San Bernardino's right there. Stockton,
Yeah.
San Bernardino, Oakland, not surprisingly. Richmond, where the fuck is Lancaster?
I don't know.
I know where Lancaster is in Pennsylvania. Vallejo, Modesto, Victorville, and Huntington Park, rounding out the top 10 most violent per capita
Stockton
cities.
is not too far away from like Oakland, San Jose,
Safest.
Fresno area, Central California. So I'm pretty sure I've been there before.
I was gonna say I thought I remember. Yeah, I thought I remember being near there to, when I met you when we were on vacation through Stockton.
Yeah.
I remember seeing signs for it at the very least.
Fresno. Oh, this is all the
The
counties.
nicest places, Aliso Viejo. Yeah, apparently Aliso Viejo is the nicest, or the least crimey. Yorba Linda, Irvine, Laguna Niguel, Murrieta, Mission Viejo is number 6. Thousand Oaks.
Oh man.
My aunt and uncle lived in Thousand Oaks for a while. I've been there for sure. Yeah, they were apparently, like, I was too young to fuck they were talking about, but apparently their next door neighbors were like from the band The Rembrandts.
Ah.
I forget what the fuck the Rembrandts are. They're a pretty
She's
well
so
known band apparently. I
high,
think they're like
high above me. That's the band you're talking about?
I don't know. I can't even remember now. Think about it. Yeah, but like they were showing me. No, look, see, they're showing me like one of the CD of the month club things. Look, see the Rembrandts. They're one of the here. Oh, I'll be there for
Oh,
you.
they're the ones that did
Okay, that's the
the
Rembrandts.
Friends thing. I'll be there for you. That's the one. That's the Rembrandts.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Apparently they live their next door neighbors.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
because they were talking about how like on an interview one time they were talking about how like they probably got a sound from his lawnmower or something when they were recording something.
Uh,
So when the Rembrandt people were getting interviewed, they actually mentioned
wow.
my uncle and his lawnmower sound. Yeah, so they were pretty friendly. I didn't meet him or anything, and again, I was. But yes, I am like 2 degrees of separation away from the Rembrandts peoples, the band of the Rembrandts, and not anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
At one point, that's close enough. Take that, Kevin Bacon.
Oh, what is
Jesus
it?
Christ, Samaj, rub it out and get back on here, dude.
Well, apparently my supper didn't really agree with me, and I was shitting up my guts. So
Fun
I'm back.
times.
Well,
Oh, wait, so
give
we
it time.
figured out Wrath. Wrath is Stockton.
So let me write that
Yeah,
down.
the most violent, crimiest
Yeah, the
per
highest
capita
crime rate
city.
in the city, yeah, in California.
Stockton, okay.
And then what were the other ones we had left?
We just have Pride.
Pride is going to definitely be LA because, I mean, come on, Hollywood. It's hard to beat that for Pride.
Yeah.
Isn't that also where they film the most porn, or is that still the San Fernando Valley?
So porn didn't get filmed, like it gets filmed in Los Angeles area, Los Angeles County, but not like in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of the fringe area around it, which is why the San Fernando Valley is where a lot of it happened.
Yeah, it's a little more inland and a little more north, I
Let's
think.
see.
If I remember correctly.
I'm looking up the area.
Yeah, probably just call it East LA, I guess. I think it's northeast, like the northeast part. Because I feel like I remember driving through. Yeah, I feel like I remember driving through the San Fernando Valley, like when I would go to Six Flags, when I would go to Magic Mountain, which is in Valencia, just north of LA.
I believe it's Burbank.
I feel like I always
is the
drove
name
through
of the
the San Fernando Valley.
county.
Yeah, Burbank is one of the cities for sure. Hold on, I actually brought up all the cities. Yeah, San Fernando, there's a city apparently called San Fernando.
Yeah, San Fernando Valley
Burbank,
is north
Hidden
of
Hills,
Los Angeles.
Calabasas.
San Fernando is
little bit
northwest of Los Angeles. You're right. It's like right northwest. So
northeast.
No, it's northwest, like right northwest.
So Universal City. Okay. Well, I'm thinking of LA goes all the way to the.
If you're thinking of Los Angeles, San Fernando Valley is between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara, sort of along the coast.
Okay. I got you. Okay.
Yep.
I got you. Yeah, I was going to say, Burbank seemed like it was pretty close.
Because it was close to LA, but it wasn't in LA. Because I know they did a lot of porn, like right outside of, like just outside of LA. because there was a lot of sets and shit that are super cheap that everybody had already used for movies, and so it was like easy to get like cheap places to film, and like a lot of fucking people who desperate for money and are willing to pretty much do whatever it takes to make the rent. So, you know, perfect storm.
Yeah, or anybody renting out the houses, because there seems to be a lot of porn shot in the hills around.
Yeah, that's
if you notice the
Fernando
outside,
Valley's got the hills. Yeah, the hills of Burbank.
Yeah.
All right, and then
I mean, so I've heard. Not much more.
And then I think it's time to call it because I got to roll because there's dinner and I got to use the bathroom. But
yeah,
no problem. Well, thank you for helping me.
Yeah, that's
Thank you for telling me.
Bye, everybody.